Yo, live. What you man saying, fam? You man hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on the way in. I see you man cooking me in the comment section about what time I set the live for. Bro, levels, it wasn't even that. It was more of a case of me, bruv, I don't even know. Like, you see in StreamYard, yeah, it doesn't give you the option to change it doesn't actually do it in 24-hour time. So you actually have to set the time and then set PM or AM. So because I'm going by YouTube and streaming, I'd have two different like uploading times. YouTube actually give you 24-hour time, 24 hours. So where it'll be like 3 o'clock, it'll be 3 o'clock. Whereas normally, if it's like 3 p.m. it'll be 1500 hours, but they don't do that on StreamYard still, so allow me. My name's saying I can't tell time. Shout out to Ahmad, what you saying? What's your thoughts on Keishan? I didn't know we were getting there straight away still. I didn't know we were getting there straight away. Like, I'll be real, I thought we were gonna take our time. Let's just wait for more people to come in because there's a few man who I need to see in the chat. Because a few man wanted to bet me. A few man was saying that Devin Haney's a duck. You know, Devin Haney ain't going to take the fight. Devin Haney will get knocked out by Keyshawn Davis. And I need those people to be here, innit? So I need, before, I'm not even going to go into this until I have enough people in the chat. So let's just get the likes up. I'm gonna go on an almighty rant. If you man are asking where Nick is, your guess is as good as mine. This nigga's probably asleep. Because obviously, I may not be able to tell the time, but this nigga probably fell asleep and didn't set an alarm. So big up Shane. It's ain't FIFA, it's ain't scheming. I don't know what you mean, bro. Mob ties is down bad. Trust me, bro. But J Prince still needs his manager fee. Apparently, he's getting 30%. So this nigga's robbing man them without guns right now. You know what I'm saying? But I need you man to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We are currently, I want to say, it's really and truly it's the Muratalla fight. And Raymond Muratalla versus Conceição, that fight, obviously, I want to see. And Lamont Roach Jr. and Zepeda, you know. We'll see man's early predictions for both of those fights. Man, am I saying robbery? I didn't actually watch this fight, still I was asleep. I am talking about the previous video from FIFA. Oh, yeah. Love for even reminding me. The only fact sports videos out right now, so yeah, love for even reminding me. Yeah, defo. I see what you're saying now. Where is Nick? Why they sold no guard? I don't know where Nick is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where Nick is. Shout out to Michael Perkins. That's the G right there. Keyshawn Davis is a bum, bro. I ain't even getting into that stuff yet. I need more people in the live. As I was saying, I need more people in the live. So you might need to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Just keep the likes coming. When I get into it, that's the thing. I don't want to have to get into it twice. And I want the right people here where I get enough pushback. Maybe it's because Keyshawn Davis decided to duck the fight that you man ain't gonna pull up today. Because some of you man are hiding. Some of you man might be hiding. My problem isn't him ducking. My problem is him talking big while not walking big. Now, my problem is him ducking. My problem is everything. I have a problem with the whole entire process. I have a problem with the whole entire process, bro. The whole entire process. Um, like them up, boys. That sounds a bit paused, but big shout out to you. Shout out to F Texas. So Arsenal confident for getting Bruno G. Bruno G's a baller. I don't know if Vinny Vinny doesn't look like he's going still, but Bruno G is. Another fight night. We back. Shout out to K Rose. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, my G. Yo, I didn't know that Tiafimo is trying to move like a boss. Very smart work from Tio. Still, that was good business because he got a deal directly with the Zone for his promotional company, and obviously he knew he was never going to win the purse bid. But one, obviously, it's good banter, but it does show that his deal's legit and he's getting his paper direct because as the guy from WBO says, Gustavo said, like, we recognize Teofimo Lopez Promotions, Takeover Promotions as a promotional company. So they're allowed to bid. What I found funny was in the middle of the purse bid, or at the end of the purse bid, he was like, bro, my man's envelope was open, my envelope was closed. So what are we saying? Like, that bid shouldn't be valid. Obviously, that wasn't going to happen, but WBO committee was like, all right, cool, we'll take it to the WBO head, Gustavo was like, oh, we'll take it to the committee. I'm like, my nigga, you know that ain't going to no committee, bro. Well, Vinny Jr. will be back at Madrid on Monday, even though TL is a bigger. Yeah, it is a good business, though. Good business is good business. I said that Vinny want a new contract. That's it? Yeah, probably. But where was DHP bid at? I saw a lot of people ask me that question, or not ask me, but bring that up, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense for Devin Haney Promotions to bid for that fight because it's not in their best interest to do so. And I'll tell you what I mean. If it's true that they get in a deal directly from the Zone, Top Rank is from the Zone. Obviously, they're not understanding that. They're not understanding that Teofimo Lopez is also gonna bid, but in their mind, for this specific fight, it makes sense for Teo because Teo ain't getting paid for this fight. So him putting the money up for this fight, even though he knew he weren't gonna get it, is him getting paid for something that he shouldn't really be involved in. If I'm getting paid directly from the Zone, why would I bid for this fight when I've already got a deal? I'm not gonna put my money up, which potentially could reduce the amount of money that I can earn because everybody's getting paid the same. We're getting paid from the same source, which is the Zone, and whatever the site fee is. So if the upfront's coming from the Zone, I'm not gonna put that money up. The Zone's paying me 10 million or 12 million a fight. If I sign directly with the Zone, I'm not gonna then put up 12 million for the fight. That's coming out of my purse. So I've got a direct deal with the Zone. I'm not gonna take money out of my direct deal with the Zone to give to Keyshawn. I've already got a direct deal with the Zone. That's not in our best interest to do so. Remember that they don't give you when the Zone offer you the fight. They're gonna offer you the fight based on like this. They can offer it as a one fight deal, or they go for it based on 10, 11 fights. But they're not gonna give you the opponent's purse in your bid in your money. They're gonna give you your purse, and that's it. So I'm not gonna bid with my money. That just doesn't make sense. Shakur makes me sick. He's on Najee comparing him going to 147 for Conor Ben is the same as Devin going to 154. I mean, I don't really know because I do understand where he's coming from because he is moving up a weight class, but that's what he asked for, isn't it? Oh, man like Nick is actually finally here. Exceptional boxing and counter punching, very exceptional aggression and punch output. I favour Roach, who you lot got. Slightly favour Roach as well, but I can see a fight in a world in which Zepeda works Roach. I think what benefits Roach in this fight, though, is the fact that this fight is going. This fight is going to be open scoring. So after each round, they're gonna know what the judges scored. So if he is down on the cards, he should know. That normally should favor the fighter who's a better fighter and better at winning rounds, because they're gonna have a level of urgency from the beginning. Or at least if they know they're behind after a few rounds, you should see that change the performance. But it would have been funny to see Tio as the main promoter for Devin vs. Keyshawn, 100%. Shane, here you got Zepeda or Roach, slightly leaning to Roach. What fighters put up money for fights? We all know they use personal promotional companies or LLCs for taxes. Not necessarily for taxes. They do it once so they don't have to pay a promoter. And then also they do it so they can get to see the back end. If you are working directly with a promoter, the promoter doesn't have to show you the back end up front. You just show it to you at the end. Whereas when you're a promotional company and a licensed promoter, you get to see how much money's in the pot. You get deals directly with the actual broadcaster. Keyshawn Teofimo Lopez can't get a deal directly from the broadcaster if he's not a promoter. Because that's how it's working. You're a promoter. What? Well, what going?
Damn.
Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I was literally wondering if you were gonna even turn up. Keyshawn got to realize that he's a black fighter. Black fighters don't get the same grace as up. I don't think that's the case at all. I only think it's got nothing to do with
Who
black
said that?
all around the world. Thoughts on Keyshawn Davis pulling out the Haney fight? We'll get into it. Don't worry, I'm going to get to it in a second. I have it in favor of Roach. I have it 60-40 in favor of Roach. I am personally, yes, send it. I don't know what you mean, bro, by the end of the sentence. Plus, they also want that promotional fee. Yeah, you have to pay your promoter like 20% or something. I have it 60-40 in favor of Roach. Man rolled up out of bed. He's still in an Arsenal shirt, lol. You man hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. What you saying, Nick?
Set my alarm for 3, innit? So, because I didn't even get to sleep until about 1:30. So, fuck it, let me grab an hour. Because otherwise I would have just crashed and missed the whole thing, bro. You know what I'm like, bro? If I sleep, once I fall asleep in a deep
Bro, I'm
sleep,
surprised you even went to sleep, blood.
I had to because my eyes were getting heavy. And you know what I'm like? If I miss the opportunity to sleep tonight, once I'm gone, blood. But I actually wanted to watch the fight and obviously jump on the stream, so. But yeah. Have you told the people what day it was yesterday?
No. Keyshawn Davis legacy, living in his brother Shakur's shadow, struggling to make weight, busted for marijuana, avoiding a fight with him. Yeah, I know, bro. He missed weight, got tested positive for weed, missed weight at 2 weight classes. Obviously, he had that situation with Albright where he had that fight backstage, lost his belt on the scales, all of that crap, bro.
The problem is with Keyshawn is that he's treating Shakur in a way that Shakur don't treat him. Because as soon as he pulled out the purse bid, Shakur straight away tweeted, "Yo, Haney, what you saying now? Now you're free to fight on this date. I'm ready. I'm gonna call your bluff." So your guy that you're saying, you know what? Me and Shane are boys. We're both world champions. We're boys. We're not gonna fight. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, Shakur was the first one to jump out and say, "Bro, I'll fight you." That was the first thing. Second thing is like, okay, me and Shane are guys. There's a girl that Shane's into still. Do you know what I'm saying? Shane really likes this girl. That we're brethren, so I ain't gonna move to it. But as soon as she offers Shane some type of pushback, I moved to it straight away. But you were never getting that girl. Did it? It's like, right? You didn't even offer me, let me have the opportunity to try and.
The reason why I hear what you're saying, but the reason why I still think what Shakur is doing is a Facio thing as well, and Shakur is doing it even worse for a different reason, because at the beginning Shakur was denying that in the first place Shakur was denying that there even was a negotiation going on. A couple months ago, Shakur was like, "Bro, we're not even negotiating." then Shakur was saying, I'm not gonna take this fight from my brother. That's what he was saying. And then he was like, relinquish the belt and then we have a fight. I'm like, bro, why are you creating so many stipulations to fight one individual? And then when I follow the instructions of what you give me, you now come out of the woodwork because your people didn't do what they were supposed to do. For me, if I'm Bill Haney, I'm not entertaining the fight with none of them, bro. I love what Bill Haney said. Bill Haney says, bro, before Shakur, if you want to fight Devin, he said it on X this week. Oh no, yes, this week. He said it on X today. He's like, bro, if you want to fight Devin, you have to become mandatory, where I get 25% again, and it's at 147. Because I'm not going, bro. I just went back and forth with you for months, and at the beginning you said we weren't even fighting. Then after that you said we got to fight Keyshawn because I'm not at your weight class. Then after that you're saying drop the belt. So all of these different. Then you're saying 144. You're creating all of these stipulations. I followed everybody saying I'm gonna duck Keyshawn. The reason, in fact, let's get into it because let me run through these comments and I'll get into why what Keyshawn Davis done is just is just so crazy. I want Roach to win, but with open scoring, I feel the fix is against Roach. I think it works the other way. I think with open scoring, it favors Roach. I think if there was no open scoring and Roach didn't know he was behind, there's a chance he might get outworked. If he knows open scoring always favors the better fighter. Always.
I don't know.
Very unprofessional as a fighter is not to make weight. Shakur and J Prince used Keyshawn as a pawn. Key didn't even know he was ranked at 47 facts. Now his reputation is ruined. Keyshawn is a full-grown adult, though. He has to take responsibility for his career. What does Bud Crawford think of this situation? I don't think he's going to get involved like he didn't get involved before because he gets along with both Devin and Keyshawn. Wait, Davis is ducking now. I thought it went to Perspid. What did I miss? You missed a lot, blood.
Texer, if you watch this week's show, I said when it goes to purse bids, there's a world where Keyshawn was offered $3 million to fight Devin. He's massively overestimating his own value. He said no to the three, and I said on the show, which we recorded on Wednesday, that before the purse bids, there is a world where the purse bids only do about 8 million ish, something like that, which would mean that he's just turned down 3 million only to get paid 2 million. That is almost exactly what ended up happening. And then he said, I'm pulling out. And he's like, fuck it, and I'm not doing the fight.
Because
So
getting on my nerves, he's out for the bag now. Shakur's been in that place for a while. Well, Tiger Johnson called out Devin Haney. Bro, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? I feel bad for Devin because it's looking like he may not fight at all. And no, he's gonna fight because they will just go down to the next ranked opponent, which unfortunately will be flipping. I don't think they're gonna do that fight again. So it will be it'll be Arnold Barbosa if it goes on a mandatory route, which is shit fight. But hopefully they put the money up for another fight in the like maybe yeah, to be honest with you, it's probably just going to be something like Barbosa or something. Texer Davis wanted 5 million, turned down 3 from Bill and got 2.2 in purse bids, so he walked away from the fight. Where is no layers? Yeah, that's the question. Power unification, Power just fought, so I don't know if that's gonna happen. But Power might fight for that big for the money. I'm pretty sure the purse bid ended up at 8.5 million, something like that, 8.5, 8.5. But why it's so dumb is because you personally, this is where I blame Keyshawn Davis. You as a fighter, you, J Prince, Top Rank, have shown nothing but dysfunction the whole way through. The whole way through, you've shown me nothing but dysfunction. Because for me, you was a mandatory at a weight class that you never fought at. You personally publicly said that you didn't even know that you were mandatory. You just woke up and you were mandatory, which tells me that your people pushed you into a fight that you personally didn't even ask for. But what makes it worse is they done it at the time when Devin and Shakur are going back and forth in a negotiation in hope to save face. And you thought Devin would have taken the Keyshawn fight, so did Shakur think Devin would have? You thought Devin was going to take the Shakur fight, and so did Shakur think that. That's why Shakur signed with Zafar first. Keyshawn Davis then is pushing, thinking that, you know what? Devin's definitely going to fight Shakur because that's a bigger fight. And I'm just going to make it seem like this guy ducks me and I might get a vacant WBO belt. When this guy actually takes the fight, here's where the dysfunction takes place. You now know there's a realistic chance you're going to lose, so you overprice yourself to compensate for the fact that you might lose this fight. But the dysfunction is the person who won the purse bid is your promoter. Is the same person who won the purse bid is the person who petitioned for you to be mandatory. Top Rank don't promote Shakur. They don't promote Devin. So for me, if anyone who's gonna know the value of the fight is gonna be Top Rank, because they're gonna go to you directly and say, you know what, this is how much you're getting paid each fight, and this is how much we think this fight's worth. There is no way you should be turning down 3 million if you know your promoter's gonna offer you less in a purse bid. When they know there's no competitor, why are they gonna offer you more? It's just bad business, bro. I have a contract with you that says, Keyshawn, your minimum salary is 1.5 million. Let's say, for example, I already got that written in your contract. And then this fight goes to purse bids. Why am I gonna offer you more than what I've offered you outside of purse bid if I know there's no competitor? You should know before you even go into the purse bid. You know what? If Top Rank's offering me 3 million, or whoever's offering me 3 million, when this goes to purse bid, that fee has to drop. It ain't gonna go up. How can it go up? Because those are the people that's offering you the money right now.
And and your promoter has all the information of anybody out there that's giving you offers. Of anyone out there that's giving you offers. They know, if anybody knows all of the contracts and all the offers of any other fighters at 135, 140, or 147, your promoters are going to have all that information.
Of course.
The best person, the person that knows,
he's my fighter.
The person that knows AJ's commercial value the most is Eddie.
Facts.
No one's paying AJ more than Eddie.
Or if someone is paying AJ more than Eddie, Eddie's gonna know.
Yeah.
Eddie's gonna see, because Eddie is obviously what's it called? That's Eddie. If you're because
Eddie's got all the data. Eddie's got all the data, all the offers.
Come to me.
Yeah.
You have to come to me. I can't. It's illegal for Keyshawn Davis to get a contract for a fight outside of a purse bid without it going to Top Rank first, because he's exclusively signed to Top Rank. So they already know what people are offering you, my bro. They already know. So when you go into the fight, how are you turning down the bid from Top Rank? Top Rank know what's the offer, bro. They already know. If they've offered you free, or whoever's offered you free, you cannot think that fee's gonna go up in a purse bid, bro. You can't think. That doesn't make any sense. Why would I pay you more than what I have to? Doesn't make any sense.
From a financial perspective, here's what's happened. You said no to Devin Haney's offer of $3 million. Then you said no to the purse bids where you would have made a little over $2 million. Whatever fight you take next, you will make less than $2 million.
Facts.
And so we have just and it won't be for a belt. So we've just watched you do a Joshua Buatsi, essentially, do you know what I'm saying? Which was kind of okay and expected from Buatsi because he's not a world champion. You are a world champion that's not willing to fight another world champion. You've just embarrassed yourself. You've just damaged your stock. In your next fight, there's actually going to be more pressure, which is going to be not for a belt and for the lowest amount of money. You need, if you do not look impressive in your next fight, and we know that you are not a guy who deals with pressure particularly well. If you don't look impressive, your stock is going to start plummeting because of the way that you're conducting yourself in the sport.
I feel like they want to blackball Devin for complaining about Ryan failing the drug test. Ryan is the power that can that be next gold. No, but that wouldn't make sense because if he's getting blackballed, you'll be getting blackballed from the promotional company. A fighter is turning down a fight. That's just a duck. Duck in the fight is duck in the fight. That's nothing to do with blackball. I hope
We're into Muratalla, by the way, versus Conceição.
because your fight started.
Yeah,
Your fight started.
yeah. 30 seconds into round one.
Okay, I am behind you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I actually want
Yeah.
to watch this fight. I am.
And like somebody said before, the difference is the reason it's worse for me, for Keyshawn, far worse, is because although I don't like Shakur, I criticize him a lot. Shakur has his biggest paydays against Teofimo Lopez, where he made between $8 and $10 million, according to Yahoo Sports. His previous fight, he fought William Zepeda, and made about $7 million. And before that, he fought Joe Corndita, made at least $5 million.
No, he ain't fight Cordina. He ain't fighting Padley.
Oh, okay, cool. But that's the money he got paid for that fight. It was a guaranteed $5 million in the contract. Obviously, might have taken a dip because it was Padley. You're right. So he's made multiple millions of dollars multiple times. Keyshawn Davis's highest pay ever is a little over $1 million. So where are you going turning down $3 million? From a financial perspective, do you know what I'm saying? Like this is everything that Bill, whether you like Bill or Devin, and this is what Rance is gonna have to swallow, pause, but all the Devin haters are gonna have to deal with. Whether you like Devin or not, or whether you like Bill or not, when Bill says we are the bag, we are your best opportunity to make a bag, right now, he's just proved that to be true. Keyshawn himself has just proved that to be true because you turned down. I offered you £3 million, and whatever you do next, you ain't making more than three. You're making, and you're not even making more than two. You are making considerably less than that. So you are going to look silly from
Robson
a fact.
Conceição actually looks kind of decent. He started the fight quite well.
Mm.
Muratalla looks like he started the fight quite slow. Um, we moved from Davis as fans. He doesn't want to put that O on the line. Bill Haney is having a field day with the situation. Bill Haney talking big on his YouTube channels, which he supposedly they thought Haney would sell his batty for Zuffa. Lol. Especially when the most he's made is 1 million. That's what Nichols was saying. Keisha needs to change his nickname to business to lol. He got winning. I got
I think I think Shane's frozen. Shane, I think you're frozen. Am I frozen or is Shane frozen? Because I just see Shane frozen, blood, on my screen. Let me message him. Yeah, I thought so. Just message him. We're into round two. Muratalla versus Conceição. All right, Nico Goodish just Shane. Yeah, I don't know. What one for this, brothers?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're back. You're back. You're back.
Now my phone again, same problem as always, bro.
Mm.
Robert Garcia, that first round, I don't know. I had that round to Conceição based on what I saw.
Nick, do you believe that Arsenal got a shot at getting Vinny? I believe there's a shot, but Real Madrid's Real Madrid, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? I think if we do get Vinicius Jr., I think that it's us. It's like smart business, but we're really preying on him having a difficult relationship with Madrid at this moment, and him having a difficult relationship with Jose Mourinho, because obviously Jose Mourinho backed the other fighter when Vinny, the other footballer, when Vinny had his racism issues in Portugal. So and obviously Vinny's gone 2 years with no trophy. So, but I think it would be a big statement for Arsenal to get him. I think it would be a really big statement for
This is
Arsenal
a
to get him.
much better run from Muratalla. Muratalla is putting his punches together. Conceição is now not able to land at the same frequency. He's throwing, trying to keep his distance. Conceição can box as we've seen in previous fights, but he doesn't. It's just going to be interesting to see how he deals with the pressure as the fight goes on.
Mm.
This is a better round from Muratalla, even though Conceição is still putting. Oh, that's a good shot from Muratalla. Good left hook. I'm way behind you. I
I got
think
1 minute left in round two. What time are you on?
I got about 1 minute, 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. Do you guys think he would accept it if the bid was good? I don't think so. He's just following Shakur's footsteps. He's never going to fight him. Like I said, the way he's operating, at some point you got to blaze your own path, and he's not. He's left the thing is as well. He's left the gym that he was in with Keyshawn to kind of start to separate himself and build himself up, and he just hasn't done it, bro. There's a plenty of boxers we see talented like Keyshawn,
Yeah, he's
who
up for
who are world champions and end up having a perfectly fine career, but ultimately just don't do what they were supposed to do when we look at them talent wise. And Keyshawn is it at risk of that happening? It could happen with Shakur as well, but Shakur signing with Zafar, he's got paid a lot of money. Do you know what I'm saying? Shakur still made 20, 30 million from boxing and will continue to keep making big money. By the time Shakur retires, he would have made money that's in the, you know, 50 million or above. Obviously, you've got fees and agents' fees and taxes and whatever. But the money he'll have in his bank account will be big money. Maybe not Devin and Tank money, but it will be there. I don't see where Keyshawn makes this level of money at this stage of his career. Do you know what I'm saying? The two fighters that he'd need to build his name off of, it seems like he don't want to fight them for whatever reason, whether Devin is size advantage or whatever, and Shakur is friendship. Ultimately, you've got two or three guys there. You need that legacy defining fight. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's just not he's not going to take that legacy defining fights. That's just what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Who could he fight that's really going to put him in that level, in that tier, and get him from the 1 million to the 3 to the 5 to the 10 million? Do you know what I'm saying? Like what you're looking to achieve financially is in these man's rear view mirror. So it just is what it is. Shane, you frozen again. Shane's frozen again. Um, how do you guys view preseason football? I mean, preseason's preseason, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? It's just a warm up. It's interesting opportunity to see some different tactics, players in different positions. It's good to build momentum and confidence as well. But ultimately, it don't mean much from a football perspective. Like you can look great in preseason and just not look great in the season. But yeah, good to see what the teams are working on. Fitness depends on who you support and what team you support and what players you've got to see really what you're looking for from preseason. Do you know what I'm saying? Is this fight open scoring as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Mannix got Muratalla winning the first one. I thought Muratalla won the second round. I don't think he won the first one. He's winning the third round. He's winning the
Yeah.
third round pretty comfortably. Yeah, this fight's going the way I thought it was. Conceição fighting off the back foot. Muratalla just using pressure. Um, Good body shot again. Yeah, this fight's going the way I bet on this weekend as well, so I should hopefully win some money. Muratalla should really be trying to get the stoppage in this fight because, in terms of where he is in his career, I mean, after the fight, he obviously had Andy Cruz. Before that, he fought Tevin Farmer. He's fought a lot of boxers, and he's been able to pretty much overwhelm them with pressure. I'd probably say Conceição slightly long in the tooth, but after a while, once you get into a handy lead, you want to make sure you're starting to dominate these guys and pretty much grind them down. I think Muratalla should be looking at trying to put on a statement. I mean, he's on the undercard of two fighters who also fight at his weight class. So, and this ain't even on his promotional company. This is with Golden Boy. Why he's not fighting on a top rank card? That's quite interesting to me. Does he eventually sign with Golden Boy? Eventually, I don't know. Be interesting to see.
I thought that was interesting as well. And this is a Riyadh season card.
Nah, it isn't.
Oh, is it not?
Nah, it's just sponsored by Riyadh Season.
Oh, fair.
Keyshawn may not fight for a while because Top Rank doesn't really mess with Keyshawn. Would you guys collab with Raider Raheem? I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind against it. Keyshawn better not fight Frank Martin next. It looks like that's what's actually gonna happen. Even if you think 3 million is low, beating Devin is bigger. Paydays, of course,
100%.
but he obviously doesn't think he's gonna win. We know if this fight gets Mason, I don't mind because it's a unification. I prefer if the winner of the fight gets the main event, but I don't mind. Froze Shane for yeah, ignore all of that. You love host. I love host. Big up Only Facts channel. Uncle Phil in like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Bartson. I don't know what you're talking about,
This
but shout
guy,
out to
this
him.
guy has put that same comment on every video.
Oh, sorry, Rule signed a winger and striker Vinny might be out potentially. I think Vinny wants to stay.
Yan Diamonde is not benching Vinicius Jr. I don't think
Uh,
that's going to play into it much.
right, you guys so no garden.
Because we're getting Bruno G. So even if Bruno G is just better than Norgard. So even if one of them holds the bench, he's just better across the board. So
But Rock Nation may have other plans. I don't know what you're referring to with that. I watched it. Rock Nation isn't Jay Prince, is it? I know Rock Nation and Jay Prince were together at a stage, but I don't know if they're still together when it comes to boxing. I
I
watched the
said, wait,
vlog.
what was the Rock Nation comment?
I presume he's talking about Keyshawn, but
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no. What was the comment? I asked you. What was the comment? What
But
was the
Rock
comment?
Nation may have other plans.
That's probably about Vinny. Vinny's with Rock Nation.
Okay, fair enough. I watched the vlogs on Lamont Roach. Vinny's with Rock Nation.
I'm
Where?
pretty sure he is. Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah, yeah.
Vinny, for all
Vinny
this
signed to Rock
money
Nation.
due
Yeah.
to stupidity. Keisha needs to call out Shakur, no more brothers. That doesn't make any sense. Who got the best current nickname in boxing? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I think Mason needs another fight before another champion. Right. Rock Nation may have other plans for Vinny. Yeah, yeah, you are saying the same thing. You might hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Yeah,
Would you say MLS is a top 10 league? That's a good
Muratalla is putting his punches together now, bro.
that's a
Like,
good question about MLS. My gut, my without thinking about it, my gut instinct is no.
yeah,
But
no.
I got to think of who those top other, because obviously we've got the big five. Um,
Which is
England, England, Italy, Germany,
Spain,
France.
France.
It's yeah. So that's the five. I'm having the championship is number six.
Eredivisie.
I think the championship actually has more viewers and more money than some of those other leagues do. Um,
Eredivisie drops
yeah.
you. I think you actually now have to actually say the Saudi League is better than USA as well. They got better players there anyway.
So what is that? So that's eight. Portugal,
Yeah, Portugal definitely. Turkey.
nine. Turkey, yeah, yeah, yeah. 10. There you go. Yeah, nah. MLS ain't getting into top 10.
Conceição's now putting the pressure. I don't know where you are. You're 30 seconds left in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of round four.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Conceição's trying to hold his feet and land big shots, but you just can't deal with the pressure of Muratalla. And this is one-way traffic. Because I can't
no.
hear the audio, I don't know what the actual scorecard says for the official score. But um,
Man said Brazilian league and Argentina is good too, bro. I'm not having the Argentinian league in there. I
I don't
like the
even know any. I don't even watch that shit, so I
you
couldn't
got
tell
River
you.
Plate and Boca Juniors, but other than that, I
Yeah,
can't tell you
I'm
no
saying I don't
teams.
watch the league, so
Yeah,
I
I'm just
couldn't
saying like, I
tell
can't
you.
even name you teams that's in there. Like if Arsenal was signing a player from Argentinian league and it's not Boca Juniors or River Plate, I don't know who I'm like. Oh, it's that team. Apart from Newell boys,
All,
because that's Messi's team.
all Murattallas fights look the same. Guys back up and him applying pressure. It would
Mm,
be interesting to see someone fight Muratalla who can get Muratalla to go in reverse. Do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Be interesting to see if someone like a um Mason can get Muratalla to go in reverse. Be interesting.
Mm.
I mean, this weight class is pretty much Golden Boy and top rank because obviously you've got Schofield who's supposed to be fighting for the WB championship with Golden Boy. If they get Zepeda winning today and Zepeda wins and Schofield wins, they're gonna just make that unification right there as well.
Yeah.
Nick ever been with a Geordie or Scouse woman before? Yeah, he has. You might hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. How many likes do we have so far on this video? Um, 8 likes. Come on, that's dead. That is so dead.
Ahmad, you said the MLS should thank Beckham for changing the league, but I mean, they do thank him for changing the league. I mean, Beckham
He has a
owns a
football
team
club.
he owns a club in the league, like so he makes a lot of bread off that league. So they're paying him back dividends for his investment now.
Exactly. Facts.
Murataya's face looking mashed up though, but obviously, yeah, he's winning. He's just getting marked up. You got that light skin marking up. It's a great overhand right from Muratalla. Conceição's just he's throwing a lot, but obviously he just
Conceição's doing what
can't
he
hold his feet.
does, isn't it? Like I remember obviously when famously he had that terrible stinky performance against Shakur where both of them didn't want to throw in any punches. And
Mm,
obviously he had that fight with he had that fight with Oshaki Foster, the two fights with Oshaki Foster. But the way he's fighting this fight, he's probably gonna lose the way he loses most of his fights, just not being active and holding his feet enough.
yeah,
Muratalla is taking his is just gonna apply pressure, and you're not gonna beat Muratalla this way, innit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his face
yeah,
is kind of marked up, but you're not gonna beat Muratalla this way,
yeah,
bro. You just have to find a way to get this nigga going in reverse, bro. Because he's just gonna keep coming. Why?
yeah,
Guys just gonna keep coming, keep pressuring. And the problem is, Muratalla is one of those fighters which, as the fight goes in the second half of the fight, he's actually gonna get stronger. He's building off you getting weaker. He ain't building off like most Robert Garcia fighters are the same. In these men are
yeah.
gonna build off you getting weaker. So when you go into the second half of the fight, this is really my playground.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? When you're doing a lot of running and moving, at some stage you're gonna have to hold your feet against me. I want to see more body work from Muratalla though.
yeah. Think Abdullah Mason could beat Muratalla?
That's what I was saying. It'd be interesting to see if Abdullah Mason could get Muratalla going in reverse. I think
Yeah,
if he can get him going in reverse, then definitely. He has to pick his moments because Muratalla naturally has a lot better gas tank than most guys at the weight class, and he's gonna get you working. So if you don't pace yourself, you could just end up like shooting your load too early and getting
right.
caught up
Yeah,
in a fight you don't want to be in.
yeah.
But he definitely has the athleticism and the natural skill level to. But see, guys like Robson Conceição, yeah, they've been around the block so long that they certain fights that they go in, you just have to watch them and say, bro, um, he reminds me of like a Jean Pascal or
Mm,
someone who's just a good gatekeeper. Do you know what I'm saying? Like someone who you get a good gauge of where they are in their career.
mm.
What's the man I'm saying in the comments? Where are we
Do I
at?
think Devon would be a bigger star if he stuck with Matchroom? Ooh, I don't know.
Um, where are
Maybe
we?
about the same.
No black man should be hating on Bill Haney. I agree with that.
If black men didn't hate on other black men, America would have no economy.
Atama fighting next week. Yep. We'll be live for
Is
that.
he? He's not
I
on the
think it's the
20,
week. I think
20
it's the week
it's
after.
the end of the month. I thought it was like the 28th or 29th.
Okay, he's fighting this month. I know that. Mason needs a fight before fighting Muratalla. Um.
Yeah, it's not till the 29th, that fight.
Okay. Yeah. You gotta hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, this fight's going one-way traffic. I want to see Muratalla step up the levels though. Really try and stop Conceição, make a statement. You know, really and truly, I heard Shakur call out flipping the winner of Roach versus Zepeda today, or Roach if Roach wins, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a good fight, but really and truly, that's not the fight you really want to be making. And if you done that, why would you sign with Zuffa?
Yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna work, but more power to you, bruv. Because I'm saying, like, DJ Prince, man, I don't know what they're doing in their career. Like, I can't follow these man's career path because these men make decisions based on. I don't even know what they're making decisions based on.
Yeah.
Conceição's got very good ring craft in it. Like he probably stick in there, but it'd be good if Muratalla can stop him. Shakur couldn't stop him. Raymond Ford couldn't stop him. Navarrete couldn't stop him. So it'd be good if you could, but I don't think that's gonna happen. This just looks like a 12-round points decision. You go home, keep your belt, and everybody keeps moving. The problem with Muratalla is I just want to see him step up the levels. I want to see him fight, like as we said, the likes of Roach. I actually think if Shakur doesn't come back, I'll make Muratalla favorite against everyone. I'll make him favorite against Schofield as well.
Yeah.
Because I actually think he beats Roach as well. Because that style, that pressure style, is a slightly better, like it's slightly more organized and seasoned than Zepeda.
Is Roach small the weight or is it just cameras? Because he looks small.
I don't think he's going to be that much smaller than Zepeda, but he's smaller than Muratalla.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He's smaller than Mason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if he's going to be smaller than Zepeda. I don't think Zepeda is that big neither. I mean, Zepeda looked noticeably smaller than Shakur, and Shakur isn't that big.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, Conceição's using his legs a lot. Muratalla just needs to go to the body more.
Yeah.
The round
Halfway through the fight, have you got Conceição winning any rounds?
I had him winning round one. I had him winning round one. Other than that, it's been one-way traffic. And I think round one, because Muratalla didn't even throw anything. Yeah, he's saying Roach looks small at times. Roach looks small all times. I mean, he didn't look small against Pitbull Cruz, and that fight was at 40. So
Cruz is tiny.
Cruz is at 40 though, different to 150. This is 135.
Yeah.
Cruz is bigger than Zepeda.
Yeah.
Do you think Fury might try to fight Gassier for the belt? But nothing. No, that wouldn't surprise me if he did. Shakur is probably thinks he's beating Roach would lead to a tank fight. Maybe. I don't even know what he's thinking. Jay Prince Jr. was at fault for the shooting that there. I'm not even talking about that. Cruz isn't a true 140, but he isn't. He's fighting at 140. Cruz is fighting at 140, so if he's not a true 140, that's neither here nor there. He ain't fighting at 35. Can just Muratalla just step up the body shots? Maybe get Conceição to hold his feet a bit more. Conceição's throwing a lot more punches in this round. trying to keep Muratalla off him. But really and truly, there's nothing on these shots, bro. Absolutely nothing on these shots. Like, even if he was to land majority of his punches, they ain't gonna do nothing because there's no steam behind nothing that he's throwing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing on it. Absolutely nothing on these shots, bro.
But partly because what Chris Mannix gave Conceição that last round. Partly because of Muratalla's pressure, Conceição can't really set his feet, so he can't really generate too much power.
If he just holds his feet and bangs, he can, but he don't want to do that.
He's gonna have to hold licks, blood, at the same. So that's what it is.
See, the thing is, I don't mind fighters running, yeah, but you don't run when you're losing. That's the part that I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're fighting for a world title. Like, it's not like you're fighting. You know, if you're fighting a journeyman,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Then it makes sense. But you're actually here supposed to be a contender for the belt. I don't know. I don't know how.
But if you don't move, I wouldn't say he's running, but if you don't move, he's going to sleep. But he's face to face with his death, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Even when he's moving laterally, his balance is already off. I know that he's got a good chin, but you're asking a man to take the death penalty, bro. I mean, that's what it is, bro. He's trying to bargain for life in jail, and you're trying to negotiate him into a death penalty because that's do you know what I mean? His instinct,
right.
he can't get out of the way of these punches. Every time he holds his feet, he's holding licks. He'd rather come out of it. This is Muratalla that beat Andy Cruz. He'd rather come out of there and keep another paycheck. If he gets KO'd terribly in round 9, he might not get another paycheck. So he's just trying to preserve himself.
Literally.
It's not what man want to see, but it's difficult when you're in the fight and you're in that situation. It's very, very difficult.
Cruz is shorter than Tank. Yeah, he's got a thick frame. Pause. Thoughts on Pitbull Cruz training with Eddie, the Juice Man. I mean, stylistically it works, but of course with the whole PEDs thing, I don't even want to talk about that. But stylistically it works. These current 147s are a lot smaller than the. I'm not necessarily sure. You know, like some of them are obviously Paro's not a big 147. Rolly isn't, but Devin and Ryan are quite big. Pause. Is Pitbull Cruz the hardest puncher in the division? He's not in this division. He's at 40. And is he the hardest puncher at 40? He's definitely one of. Big up the man them. I'm late for the stream. Have you covered the Keyshawn withdrawal? Yeah, we did. We did still. Certain man I ain't seen. No layers. Where's no layers at? I don't know. You know. You man hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. You know, we just working as we always do. You know, we are the only UK boxing channel that covers boxing globally, bro. Like I see bare UK boxing channels this week. They be talking about AJ and Fury still. I mean, we talk about AJ and Fury, but we talk about world boxing still.
Yeah,
you know I'm saying, like,
not even just this fight, bro. I ain't really seen no UK channels talking about the purse bid. That's
yeah,
huge news.
facts.
Shakur is considered top 3 pound for pound by the zone and by Ring, and Devin Haney's one of the
Top
only
six,
one of the only people
seven.
that's been undisputed champion in of the current crop of, well, actually the only fighter that's been undisputed champion of the current crop of boxers because Crawford's retired now. So this is big. This is big news. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know why man ain't talking about it, but you know, man want to talk about Josh Kelly changing his name from Pretty Boy to whatever White Lightning or something like that. That's what man want to talk about.
Yeah. I saw that still.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to talk about, fair, because he got his face bust up, so he can't be Pretty Boy no more.
Literally, man's White Lightning. I've never seen lightning black anyway. What kind of name is that? When someone asks us, what do you guys think about the best name? It ain't that.
That's one of the worst names. That's one of the worst names.
For me, I think the greatest name in boxing of all time is obviously the name that got changed to Marvelous Marvin Hagler. That it was so great that he changed his name in like in the registers. What's it called? Like and
By
like when
default, yeah.
yeah. So his name actually is Marvelous. That's his first name, Marvelous.
Yeah.
So that for me will always be the best name in boxing. In terms of British boxing, I've always liked Million Dollar Crawler. I've always liked that, even though he wasn't worth $1 million. But I like the name.
Might have been at one time.
Yeah. I like Michael Second to None. Michael Nunn. I like that. But yeah.
I always
Right
like the
now,
executioner. The executioner.
the execution is, but I like executioner. To be honest with you, the name right now that's fitting is Debo Devin Haney, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jesus Christ. Oh, that was a good shot from Muratalla. I know you're ahead of me, but Muratalla landed a lead straight right hand. Muratalla has to be careful that he just doesn't cruise through this fight because obviously he's winning, but like I just want to see him up the levels a bit and up the pressure. But we'll see.
I'm looking at some notable names of boxing while we're here in between rounds. Hands of Stone.
Um, because it wasn't my era. I'm not even though the other ones weren't my era. I'm not. I don't really know if that fits. Go on.
What, Roberto Duran?
Yeah, I would. For me, I don't call Roberto Duran Hands of Stone. Do you know what I'm
Right
saying?
now.
So it doesn't fit.
James Lights Out Tony.
Yeah, that's good.
Arturo Thunder Gatti.
No, that don't fit because I don't call
Bone
him that.
Bone Crusher Smith.
Bone Crusher Smith is a good one. I was thinking about that.
Yeah. Oh, you so that's how you're rating it. You're rating the nickname by do people actually call you this?
Yeah, like
And
does it fit?
the more people call you that, the more it fits in your opinion.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's why I said like Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Yeah.
That fits because when you think of that person's name or when you think of that nickname, you think of that person. Do you know what I'm saying? If I say Second to None, you know I'm talking about Michael Nunn. If I
Yeah.
say if I say
Kid Dynamite. People don't really call him that, but at the time it did.
if I say Hitman Hearns, you know I'm talking about Tommy Hearns. Do you know what I'm saying? If I
Yeah.
say
There's not some names I like that aren't necessarily just that though. Like even though they don't call you that, I
like
still like
Iron Mike. Iron
Iron
Mike.
Man.
That works, you know what I'm saying? Like people when you think of that, you think of
Some of them
that
are too
guy.
long though. Like this one for Juan Lascano is the Hispanic causing panic. That's funny, but yeah, it don't roll off the tongue like
Yeah,
that.
facts. That's a cool name though. For me,
Yeah,
I do like for me Zerdo Ramirez.
yeah,
Zerdo meaning southpaw, but we call
mm,
him Zerdo. We don't
mm,
Saul Alvarez Canelo, that's not
yeah,
actually his name, his name's Saul Alvarez, you know what I'm saying? But there's certain names that work.
yeah. Let me see if there are any others. I'm gonna skip all of them and let me see if there's any others while you talk. Sweet Pea,
Yeah, that's a good name.
yeah. This is cold, man. No one called him this, but Daryl
Yeah,
Touch of Sleep.
every judge has it 79-73. So basically they got it 6 rounds apart, which
De-
basically means they've only given him 2 rounds.
Devarel Touch of Sleep Williamson. Now that I don't know him as that, but that's still cool. That's still cool.
Um, when was the last time that Conceição before this? I don't know what. When I presume you say when was the last time Conceição won? I think. I think that was. I think that's what you're trying to say. Are you guys using the eye test to determine if a guy can hit hard, or is it due to the opponent's reaction? It's a mixture of quite a few things. Any updates on Josh Kelly's injury? How long will he be out for? I'm not sure, but I know
His
they're trying to
injuries are
look.
going to take 2 months to recover to heal.
The Great White Hope isn't that's not his actual name still. Swift.
There's been a lot of great white hopes over the years.
Um, this is obviously for Jarrett Hurd. I don't really call him that, but yeah. Homicide Henry Armstrong, I like that still. The Hitman and the Motor City Cobra. Real Deal Holyfield, I like that.
I like the Cobra as well for Frotch.
Yeah, the Cobra works. Cobra's good. John Bones Jones, that's a good one, but I don't watch that sport. Pitbull Cruz
Yeah.
is such a good nickname. Yeah, Pitbull Cruz. That's see
Mm.
Pitbull Cruz. That's a good name. It's a
That's
good
because
name.
he fights like a pit bull. He's built like a pit bull, fights like a pit bull. Everything's very pit
And
bull
we
about this
call him
guy.
that. Bud
Yeah.
Crawford, Boots Ennis. These names, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you're talking about Danny Swift Garcia. See, that's right. You see what I'm saying? I thought you were talking about Jarrett Hurd. Um
I never
the
really
thing is,
liked, but
me ver-
I never really liked controversially smoking Joe Frazier.
Yeah, nah, fam. I don't agree with that, fam. I like smoking Joe Freezer. Just
You
I
know
don't.
what? Because just
It don't fit.
only because in the time I grew up, where you're smoking your ops, it could be taken the other way. Like
Oh
I'm
yeah,
smoking
yeah,
Joe
yeah, yeah,
Frazier,
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
rather.
You're right. You're right.
So
You're
it
right. You're
sounds
right. You're
like,
right.
you
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah. You're
saying?
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Big Baby Miller. Yeah, that's a good one. Triple G. That's a good one as well.
Oh, Macho Camacho.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. My
Yeah,
favorite. My
Macho
favorite.
Camacho.
Anybody knows it's macho time, bro. It's macho time. It's macho time, bro. Hector Camacho. Anybody
Shay
knows.
likes anything that rhymes. I swear, Dad.
A- Anyone knows my favorite Latin fighter of all time is Hector Camacho. Macho
Yeah.
time, bro. Macho time.
What
You know
about
what I'm saying?
Winky? What about Winky?
Winky right, yeah,
Yeah.
great, great,
Winky Wright's great.
great.
Prince
Prince Nassim, really good.
sent a
See,
mess.
that's what I'm talking about. That's a great name.
Sent him a message actually via Zad because his son won on the O'Leary Chamberlain undercard on his professional debut.
Yeah, I watched that today.
Yeah,
The bronze bomber was terrible. I don't think it was because he won a bronze medal at the Olympics, so I don't think it was.
and it was building off like the previous
Yeah, Joe
Joe
Lewis.
Lewis.
Uh,
What was Joe Lewis's? Is it brown or bronze?
Brown.
Yeah. Oh, Razor Ruddock.
Oh yeah, cold.
Yeah, I love Bernard Hopkins, the executioner. I just think that's cold.
Personal one for me, Hitman. See, because he stole it from Hitman Hearns, I can't give him that. Can't
But
have
who took it from
Hitman
Hearns?
Hatton.
Yeah.
That's Hitman Hearns, bro. You can never have Hitman Hatton over Hitman Hearns, bro. Come on.
Also, respectfully, he actually like wasn't good enough to hold up to that name either. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if Beterbiev was called the Hitman, it might feel
Yeah, I hear what you mean.
different.
Like Sugar
But
Ray Leonard took Sugar Ray Robinson's name because but he could live up to
he could live up to that name. Yeah, Butterbean.
it. Yeah, that's a
Because
good name still. It's a good name. It's a good name.
everyone, I didn't even say his name. You just know it's Butterbean, isn't it?
Yeah, facts. Why did the Prince career went downhill? I'd have to do a whole video on it, but bro, historically, fighters who never feel like they can lose struggle to deal with losses. Big Daddy Bo, I don't like
Oh,
calling man daddy, so
Pac-Man.
Yeah, Pac Man. Um, the Brown Bomber, yeah,
Oh,
that's
I know it don't roll off the tongue, but the baby-faced assassin.
yeah, definitely. Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah,
What about Sugar as a nickname? Because so many people used it, innit? I think Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, those two are the two in it. Money
yeah.
Mayweather, that Money Mayweather works.
I think Pretty Boy Floyd's better.
Both of them work because of who he was at the time. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Hands of Stone, yeah, we spoke about it. That's how it's. Gypsy King actually works as well. I actually be
yeah.
honest, Gypsy
Sheb's
King.
Hands of Stone is Roberto Duran. Yeah,
That's what actually started this conversation.
yeah.
So basically, Conceição knows he needs a knockdown to win this fight,
What did
or
they used to call
several
Diego
knockdowns for a
Corrales?
knockout. Huh?
I think did Diego Corrales have a nickname as well?
He did. I just can't remember off
Chico.
my head.
Chico. They used to call him Chico. I thought so.
But yeah, this fight's one way. Traffic Muratalla is winning. Sugar Shane was the closest to both ways. Yeah, definitely. I know the same because Nathan calls me that all the time.
What?
Sugar Shane.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think Mike Tyson was the first human with a face tattoo.
Cap.
What are
There's
you
entire
talking
there's
about?
there's
There's
entire
entire
cultures.
tribes.
Yeah, there's entire tribes and cultures out there with face tattoos, my nigga. What you talking about?
Adrian Broner, the problem. I preferred the can man, to be honest with you, but
Hmm.
yeah. Join the stream late. Good conversation. What would be your ring names? I don't know. I've never thought about it. What Nick? What would be your ring name?
It'd be something either around death or like the Prince of Darkness or something like that.
Nah, them tribal men did it already. That's what I'm saying. Still, he said the first celebrity was he the? Still, I still think they would have been celebrities, bro. You know them
Who
rock
cares?
stars back in the day, bro.
Yeah, bro. It doesn't even matter, bro. I just maybe fine. Even if we say yeah, fuck it, then yeah. See what I'm saying? Who was called the
Man,
surgeon? Who was called the surgeon?
I don't know. I need to. I can't even remember.
Bro, just popped into my head. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I feel like such a bitch. I feel so embarrassed. Do you know who the
Don't say
surgeon
that.
is? Ben
Ben
Whitaker.
Whitaker. That's why I didn't know it. Because
Yeah.
I'm thinking about great fighters of the past.
I was just thinking of nicknames that are stuck in my mind first, and then
Like, I'm thinking of
uh
great fighters from the past. I'm thinking, what fighter would that fit? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think, what fighter would that fit?
What was
Exactly.
David Hayes' nickname?
Um,
Was he wasn't Hitman as well, was he?
nah.
It's something beginning of H though. I'm sure.
Haymaker.
The Haymaker. I don't think there's too many yardies anywhere that talk and dress like Eubank Senior. I will say
Yeah,
a lot of Jamaicans are very, very well spoken though. You will
yeah,
hear a lot of Jamaicans speak Mr. AB like it's like the early 1900s. Do you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
definitely. If you go to like country Jamaica, you
Mm,
actually hear them say like Mars Nick, and let's say they will say Miss, like it's a slavery thing, so they will say Miss. Let's say a woman's first name is Kate, they would say Miss Kate. Instead of saying Miss surname, they would say Miss first name or Mars first name. And with Eubank Senior is slightly different because um patois isn't his first tone. So if I was to start talking patois, it even though I'm talking patois, he talks patois more from a performative perspective, which now I'm not saying he can't talk patois, I'm just saying it's more performance. Whereas if you he's not saying it because he has to. I think it's part of
when
the
you say it's performance as well, I think it's part of it's almost like the difference between Beyonce and Sasha Fierce, not to give him a female comparison, but it's like he's stepping into a different part of himself.
facts.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Facts.
like outside the ring, I'm a gentleman and I don't want to do you any harm. But when I go into the warrior spirit, brethren, me, I broke you up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah,
like he
yeah.
fully steps
literally,
into a
literally.
next part of
Yeah,
himself.
literally.
And
Literally.
that's what's
Literally.
like scary for his opponent that he's got this. It's for some you lot could
Ultra
tell me in the
ego.
comments what's scarier for you to face as an opponent, someone who's kind and calm and relaxed and can flip the switch and step into
Yeah,
someone
literally.
else,
Yeah. And
or
it's interesting.
or the opposite of like a Beterbiev, which is I can be respectful to you while I end your life. There
Facts.
is no gap between the two.
And I like that I like that based on what you said because it's like in his mind he's naturally associated, and it's lovely because he obviously comes from a rough upbringing, but he associates that toughness and roughness with his Caribbean side. So it's like once I switch the way I talk, I switch the way I think, I switch the way I am as a character, and that's when I'm more violent. And that for me, just that small little adjustment that he makes for me is where was you? Was you upstairs? I didn't even see. But oh, fair enough. But yeah, when he makes that small adjustment, that for me is a big part of who he is as a person.
Yeah. Do you think there's
The
also something that if he loses, he can put the loss down to that person. He can deal with it better rather than like if Beterbiev got knocked out Sparko by a yard. That's just me. I got knocked out Sparko by a yard. That's just all me.
We will be. Not just about him, just about this as a segment in its own. So, did I see the IG verse? Bro, that they've been doing this for the best part of 10 years. Maybe 10 years is a bit of a stretch, but they've been doing this for the best part of, I want to say 10 years, bro. These men have been going on live arguing with each other until they fight, bro. I really don't care. Did you guys see the interview where Eubank Senior was talking proper Queen's English and bust out speaking patois? Yeah, he does that all the time, bro. Cool boy
But
Steph.
even for most Jamaicans and even for like myself, it will happen naturally when you get into a certain emotional state.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? Whether you'll
Facts.
find it, he does it on Talksport almost when people aren't listening to him out of frustration, rather than shout with frustration, rather than punch something with frustration. That frustration just comes out in like a patois, like it's
Like
like you're not.
blood clean.
It's like you're not understanding English. Let me talk to you in Swahili. Let me talk to you in. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and it just naturally kind of
Yeah,
happens.
facts. That's what it's like for me as well. Like, you see, if I'm talking to someone, yeah, I'd be like, that's when they're more than likely I'll probably switch. Or
Yeah,
if I'm in a deep thought, and most of my exclamations are in patois.
yeah,
Like the other day, I lifted up a what's it called, pan, and the handle was hot,
yeah. Your blood
bro.
fire. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. um, we got a lot of those in America. Yeah, bro. In America, it depends on where in America you are, but defo patois like there's Bear Yard man over there
That's
still.
time, by the way. I know Shane's going to go through the comments. That's time. Looks like Muratalla has won that fight relatively comfortably.
You man,
And yeah,
yeah.
Conceição, ultimately, I don't think he had. I don't think he had it in him to win that fight, but I do think there's a part of him that he didn't give it.
I mean, he
Didn't
lost
give.
the same way he lost to Foster. He lost the same way he lost to
He
Shakur. You know
just
what I'm
showed,
saying?
yeah, he's limited, and that's just what you know. What I mean, some man can't get further than where they are. Do you know what I'm saying?
James Tony did punk
Go back to that last
over.
comment,
What one was that? Sorry.
Mikey.
How comes you man dislike Africans specifically? I don't dislike Africans at all.
It's because I cook them a lot on the show. If you
Chris,
see Chris that's come on the show's Nigerian, one of my best friends is Nigerian. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we fuck with Nigerians still, but there's if you know the history, DJ Mikey, tell me where you're from, because I'm pretty sure Mikey you're Caribbean. But if you know the history between Jamaicans and Nigerians, you
in
understand there's
London,
just a
in London.
no, just Jamaicans and Nigerians.
No, because in Jamaica, Jamaicans don't have that opinion about Nigerians. And
It don't matter about their opinions. I'm just talking about because maybe some Jamaicans don't have the education of the history, but I'm just talking about from a historical perspective.
I'm more mean in terms of like the banter that we have
Oh, he's
between.
Nigerian. Fair enough. Yeah, it's just typically like London banter. Like Chris that comes on the show is Nigerian, so it's not like we've got a real beef with Nigerians. Do you know what I'm saying? Mikey trying to do diaspora wars in 2026, bro. There's diaspora wars everywhere, man. Do you know what I'm
What I
saying?
just realized what's my favorite nickname in boxing, Debo Devin. Lol. Tony not falls out when
He
his,
did. He knocked out James Tony knocked out 2 or 3 high level MMA guys when he went over to mixed
but
martial
he
arts
also
for sure.
lost though.
But it don't matter, bro. What do you mean? We're not having mixed martial arts guys walk into a boxing because the argument they always say is come and fight us in the octagon. You couldn't. James Tony knocked out 2 or 3 of your biggest guys. So
I don't think he was the biggest still. He definitely did. Definitely wasn't the biggest.
at the
But
time,
anyway,
some of them are ex world champions at the time. Remember, this
I
is
don't
not
know.
UFC.
I don't
This
actually
wasn't,
know.
but this is pre UFC. So it was just MMA
The
guys at the time.
the fighters that are calm people but have that switch you come up against Brad Slightly has it in effect. Really scary facing fighters that talk like Tyson though, Shane yes, 10 years back when they both were at 54. Yeah, exactly. Years, bro. They've been doing this for time. Jamal is moving like Eddie King. I'm tired of these PBC man ruin boxing in America with a lot of the big names fighting once a year. That was the contract that PBC had though. PBC had that Showtime deal, and that Fox still where these men were fighting once a year. We don't know if it's better to be calm and calculate. It depends on the individual. Maybe the heavyweight gets into warrior mode. Mikey trying to do. Oh, you said that already. The clips of Only Fact Session will go platinum on Black Twitter. Yeah,
You're
we're
not
working
wrong, to
on
be
it
fair.
still.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, to be fair. Black
Jane,
Twitter is a crazy place.
go back to my James Tony comment. James Tony comment. Oh, you said that already. Yeah, we just spoke about that still. But I know about history, but some of the history believe.
Listen, Mikey, if you're around me and my brethren, yeah, you're gonna hear the Nigerians say way worse stuff to me. Like Kema, when me and Kema are beefing, he'll say, "Oh, this is why we sold you lot back in the day and shit like that." And he's Nigerian, talking about selling Africans to the white man, selling Jamaicans to the white man. So the banter that we have goes back and forth both ways. Obviously, me and Shane are both Jamaicans, so you only hear it in one direction. But trust me, if you're around my Nigerian friends, you'd hear them say wild shit about Jamaicans. Wild shit. Yeah, facts. My boy Dan, he's Nigerian, and he told me when he got braids, he walked into his house and his mum was like, "Huh, what's these braids? You think you're Jamaican? Do you think you're Jamaican?" And to Kemmer the same. When Kemmer walked in his house with tattoos, his mum said, "You think you're Jamaican?" Anything bad they do, their parents say, "You think you're Jamaican?" All the time. That man shit on us all the time.
The truth is, Africans in London never valued being African until much later, so it's easy for them to get disrespected still. If you don't value yourself, how can you expect me to value? In fact, Africans only got their self respect for Africa until Jamaicans started valuing Africa. If Jamaicans didn't value Africa, bro, man, them will still be saying that they're Jamaican to this day, fam. Did you sell? Did you see Kell Brook on podcast recently said he when he heard the announcer say Golovkin 35 wins, 32 knockouts, he was like, shit, it's too late to get out of it. Lol.
He said on the podcast with Bellew and someone else that as soon as he felt the first punch from Triple G, he knew he'd made a mistake. He knew he made a big mistake. And that's what I mean. When I'm talking about people, you're talking about flick a switch. For me, I'm more intimidated of people that don't flick a switch. And I'm putting Beterbiev in that category, but I'm putting Triple G in that category. Remember when Triple G was
Bro,
going to fight the guy? I can't remember who it was. And he's
how
the
can he
guy's.
only have 10 likes? Like, there's bare of you lot watching this video and not liking the video. Just like the video, bro. It's not that difficult.
Remember when Triple G was in a fight and the guy tried to intimidate him in the face off or something, and he said, "Bro, it's boxing. If you want a street fight, we can street fight now. Like it's fine. There's no problem. Like these men are just calm. Like he's not. He's just gonna. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, that man are way worse
And
because from a psychological perspective, if you're fighting, who's someone that has to flick that switch to go into their fight in modern boxing? Would you say, Shane? I think
um,
Fury's like that to some degree.
yeah.
If you're in a build up with Fury, is it possible to either stop him from flicking that switch or get him to flick that switch differently or build some sort of relationship with him or get in his head? You could do something in the build up to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah,
Not
of
a lot because
course.
Fury, but with Triple G and Beterbiev, you were getting the same whooping no matter what you say, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter if your dad just died, no matter if your wife, it don't matter. You're holding that same lickage regardless. You can say
That's
whatever
why,
you want.
that's why, that's why when Batebia versus Bivol, it was like putting two people in front of a mirror, bro. Because the level of stoicism between these two, these men felt nothing. They felt nothing. Like there was nothing that either one of them could have said to each other that's gonna change nothing. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
100%.
Uh, can tell he still has mental struggles. Wants to come back in boxing. He's got to deal with. Yeah, I presume you're talking about Kell Brook. He's got a girl that he's got to look after right now. Don't worry, bros. We love Jamaicans. We don't need you to love us still. African parents think breeze will turn you into 50 Cent.
Facts.
Bro. Well, to be honest, you're right. I've always had love for Jamaicans and the diaspora. I think Jamaicans heavily influenced black culture in the UK. 100%.
Bro,
One.
man, know Nigerians or Ghanaians walk up to each other in the street and say "Wagwan." Man, don't walk up to each other and greet. You never see two Jamaicans walk up to each other and greet in Yoruba. It's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
It's never. It's like one. You have to obviously understand that the Caribbeans were here first in terms of the invitations. The invitations in terms of the Windrush generation is Caribbean people, and we done a great job. And I say great job. I'm talking about our grandparents. They done a great job in terms of establishing a foundation for Caribbean people to be in this country. You know what I'm saying? And this negative reputation is very very late, because if you actually go to America, like in like New York, or the initial thoughts towards Caribbean people in this country wasn't that we done crime, wasn't that we were criminals, or that we didn't follow authority, was that we were hard workers and we were taking jobs and taking houses. That was the first initial hatred towards black people. That's why I say all of this that you're seeing in this country is learnt behavior, because when we actually first came here, we was what we as a collective, as a people, we were in a much better position than we are in right now. Charles, did you
Kell Brook went up 2 weight classes to fight Triple G after having an eye injury. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I just think that was a stupid decision from Kel at the time. Like some people are like, yeah, but he dared to be great. I just think it's stupid. But hey,
nobody in this world don't know who Bob Marley is. I can't name you a Nigerian singer. I can burn a boy.
I can name you loads of Nigerian singers, but like when me and Kemo were having this argument, he brought up Fela. I was like, bro, Fela is not of the level. He's not a global icon like Bob Marley is.
No chance. Shout out to Fela Kuti though. He's much
Yeah,
better than what you lot got now. What you lot have now is
I knew,
basically
I knew, I knew this is coming. I knew it. I can
what
see your brain ticking, and I
what
can
you
see
have
it, I
now
can
is
see it cooking.
basically diluted dancehall. What did you think of Usyk saying AJ before the Fury fight? He read Fury's book. That was those are the type of stuff that psychologically is genius. I remember when he was talking about that, I was like, yeah, that's genius still.
Shebs, that was the same. If you go back and look at the face-off with Fury and Klitschko, what was amazing about it psychologically is that Fury said, "I don't even know what you're talking about." It may have not have been true. Fury may not have even written that book, and Fury might not even remember it. But it's put somebody in. Let's say some of you, man, are watching this show, and you know that I boxed, and you think I can't beat Nick in a fight, and then you see a video of me get punched up in the street. So when you come to fight me, you believe I'm a sideman because you see me get punched up in the street. Now, after you fight me and you win, it turns out that video that you saw of me wasn't even me. But it gave you the kind of silly artificial confidence to go in and win the fight. And Tyson Fury said he doesn't remember it, and I believe he may not remember it. But if you go back and look at Tyson Fury when he fought Klitschko, Fury had his own version.
Yeah, in the
When he said,
sauna. The
"Do
sauna.
you remember when we were in the sauna?" And Klitschko said, I don't know. Maybe, yeah. We were training together, I suppose. And he goes, yeah. Who got out first? And you can see Vlad is confused. He's genuinely, he's not trying to play it off. He's actually confused. Yeah, we've trained together loads of times. I never, man, me and Shane go to box. And Shane's like, remember when the lift used to come in your apartment? Who got in the lift first? I'm like, bro, I never thought about this. But you were taking such little psychological wins that you've created something fictional in your mind. This is what people talk about the Matrix and stuff. You've created a world that is fictional in your mind, but then you've been able to manifest that being real from your fictional mind. It's like
You
Inception.
remember when Usyk and Fury done the longest face off of all time? When they didn't look away. They're both battling. I ain't looking away. I'm not looking away.
But then what happened at the next face off?
Tyson Fury looked away straight away.
Tyson Fury didn't even look at him. He
Yeah, he
never
didn't look
actually
at
even
him.
met his gaze in the first place. So now you've lost the fight.
Facts.
Unless you were doing some type of reverse psychology, you've lost the fight.
What do you guys drink with your rum? He don't drink rum, but when I drink quite a few things with rum. Normally, orange juice.
You
Who
ever
are
drink
the
it? You ever
better
drink
port?
water? You drink it with water?
Nah, but I was drinking. Nah,
The
man.
old man do that, innit?
That is a old yard man thing that drink. Them man be playing dominoes and playing
Or like a
dominoes and
little water chaser or something. I heard that it said they
literally,
help the alcohol set in slower or something.
yeah. Don't taste nice though. Bloody hell, does it not taste nice?
Bloody hell, that's the most English thing I've ever heard you say.
Look at Sean Porter and Terence Crawford and Tim Bradley. You man hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully, look, get the likes up. We are probably about what time is it, Nick?
What do you mean? What
Probably,
time is it? 25 past 4?
yeah, probably about what 20 minutes from the fight.
I think we're closer. They showed when you were getting your pizza, they showed them man ready to walk. I think that'd be 5-10 minutes away.
Fairs. I didn't see that still. Yeah, these men are walking now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this fight's gonna be interesting. I just need Zepeda wins. If Zepeda loses, I win some money today again. So that's what we're doing.
I've got Zepeda as the slight, maybe not favorite, but I got Zepeda winning this.
Yeah, I know you said that in the build up to this fight.
Hey, Wagwan for Ahmad Diallo, man. We know Ahmad's Christian. Look at this. Are you guys going to cover the Muslim immigration and crime in Europe? Maybe on OnlyFacts Extra. I don't really know the current situation, but I've seen a bunch of tweets from Elon and them, man. Ahmad Diallo, please listen, listen, Ahmad Diallo, please. I'm actually begging you. I'm actually begging you, bro. Please do not listen to those tweets from Elon Musk. I'm actually, if you respect me in any way, shape, or form, if you want us to do a conversation on Muslims in Europe, immigration, change it, we can have those. We have this conversation every day. But do not listen to Elon Musk. I've seen Elon Musk tweet about neighborhoods that I walk through every day, talking about the Muslim takeover in his cap. Is that he's chatting
I'm
shit,
just
bro?
chatting shit.
If Google Elon Musk and Google whatever country you're from, and look at what Elon Musk says about your country, and you tell me if that is representative of your experience in your own country. Impossible.
Running jokes
Impossible.
on Jamaicans that they have 10 jobs. Exactly. Money man, them, you watch much. That fight was a flipping wild fight. I watched it still. I was watching it live. It was a
That was
wild fight.
high level British
White
boxing, blood.
manism.
That's a high level white man boxing,
Trust
100%.
me. Are you still going to Vegas for the Ryan? I was never going to Vegas for the Ryan Garcia fight.
Now, I think you said earlier in the year, you said if Devin and Ryan fight, you
Well,
wanted
it
to go
ain't
Vegas
right.
for it.
So,
Yeah,
is Sean Kingston written? No.
no.
Andre Ward versus Golovkin. Who wins? Ward. Um,
Ward wins, but what weight?
I presume 68 because Ward's never fought at 60, so I presume
Yeah,
it's
I just think it's
68.
correct because 68 is way too high for Triple G. He's like a natural. He's naturally much smaller than that.
Yeah, I mean, he fought at 60 is pretty much his entire career. Are
Mm.
there a lot of people that look? What are you talking about, bro?
That was a
No
fair
wrong.
question.
Is there a lot of people that look like Sean Paul in Jamaica?
Yeah, because they don't know. You're Jamaican, so to you that's a stupid question. But
No,
they're asking.
majority of people are black.
There's
There are a few people,
there's a small population of people that look like Sean Paul.
and don't look like Sean Paul, but maybe be similar ethnicity.
Yeah.
Uh, Psychological warfare at elite level can make a big difference. Usyk a master at it, even against Belly. Yeah, facts. Educate me, I know nothing. Elon Musk was raised during apartheid. I always tell people that all the
Bro,
time.
all you need to know, forget apartheid, fuck that. Elon Musk is on the Epstein files, begging Jeffrey Epstein to come and party at his island. So that tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah,
Bro, Elon Musk, huh?
Ben said he was begging Epstein to come and
It
party.
was. It's a fact. That's a documented fact. You can't even sue me. That's a documented fact.
That
Elon
he was
Musk just said,
begging to
Ahmad
party on the
Diallo.
island.
Amad Diallo, we're doing a boxing live stream, so I don't want to go off on one about politics and racism and whatnot right now. But look up in your own time the interview that Elon Musk just did with I forget the British white woman interviewer, I forget her name, but if you look at it, she calls him out on his racist tweets and says like, "Here, you've tweeted that Muslims are taking over London. Muslims are like 1% of London." Like she just asked him to like explain his statistics. He bangs out, bro. He just bangs out. He's like, "Oh well, do you want the white world to be taken over?" He just bangs out on a madness, bro. He's cracked, bro. He's an idiot,
Man
bro.
says the white wall. Does he actually say that?
Bro, you go and watch the interview, man. I'm not quoting it verbatim because I can't remember, but go watch the interview, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Muslim crime makes no sense. Facts. That's not. It's a non-statistic. Same as black on black crime. It's a non-statistic. Black on black crime is a myth. It doesn't exist. It's not a thing. It doesn't actually exist as a thing. So, do you know what I'm saying? I watched the interview from Piers Morgan. Don't watch the interview from Piers Morgan because Piers Morgan's Elon's brethren. Watch the interview with the white woman who, in my opinion, is doing actual journalism. Shane and I disagreed on the show about what actual journalism looks like, so that's fine. But go and watch that interview because Piers Morgan and Elon are brethren. So there's no point watching that. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no point. Start watching the Usyk interview AJ. What are we going to learn from that fucking interview? Nothing. Man's going to be 20 minutes closer to my death for no reason.
Shout out to Sean Paul. He made some great music. Yeah, facts.
John Paul was talking about doing the verses, blood. He called out everyone in Jamaica. Said, "Listen, if we're keeping it real, man, don't want to see me on the verses. Who would you put up against Sean Paul on the verses? Because I think Sean Paul's smoking a lot of man on verses.
There's no one you could put him with.
Yeah,
No one. Because he's, in terms of his commercial catalogue, bruv, there's nobody.
yeah.
No one. Like, there's literally no one who has his
He might
commercial
be the
catalogue.
goat for that. For that commercial catalog, he might be the goat. It's gonna be him and
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah, but Bob will smoke Sean Paul, bruv.
Depends on the crowd.
True, but you also got to understand Bob is an elite performer, blood. Sean Paul isn't an elite performer.
True.
Shane is colorism. Why Shensi is rated highly by you and Jamaicans.
I mean,
No,
Shane's never gonna say that about himself.
no, she's one. Obviously, she's an extremely attractive woman, which sex appeal is a big part of music. But her claim to fame is the fact that she had a massive endorsement when she first came out. You know what I'm saying? Like she was managed by one of the biggest managers in dancehall, and then her first hit song was with Vibes Cartel. Like when Vibes Cartel was in his prime, the song with Vibes Cartel at that time like is crazy. So that really kickstarted her career. But again, a big part of it, I won't say colorism, because Spice is still the biggest thing in Jamaica, and she's dark skinned. Is Showbiz the adult journalist called? No, he's not. I watched the interview for the chat wants to talk about policies today. Sean Paul Pitbull. For
Mikey,
me,
the chat want to talk about politics every day.
I'm always gonna say Sean Paul. Bob
Who
Marley's
openly
mum
admitted to
is
taking ketamine?
versus Sean Paul on the island. Or
Who openly? You just skipped over that comment. Who openly admitted to taking ketamine? Oh, he must be talking about Elon. He must be talking about Elon. All
I
right.
don't even know why we're even debating. I don't even know why we're having that conversation.
Having what conversation? Sean Paul versus Bob Marley.
No, the ketamine comment.
Why? Why? Why not?
I don't even, because that was a wild statement, bro. That came out of nowhere.
He's a nitty, innit? Like he's just a rich nitty. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just it.
I didn't know who he was talking about.
Yeah, there's had to be Elon. I just knew Elon's a nitty, innit? So it is what it is.
You man, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. How many likes do you have now? Hopefully close to flipping 20, blood. Because this has been abysmal. You man need to put that like button, exercise that like button, bro. What are we doing? I have a bad feeling about this fight. We got 12 likes, bro. What are we doing?
Zepeda's gonna win, bro. Zepeda's gonna win.
I'm not sure about that still. Man said UB40. Oh my days.
Red, red wine.
Did any of your family vote leave? No. None of them. I don't rate Vibes. He's the reason for a lot of the negative stereotypes about Jamaica. Yeah, I hear that.
I just disagree, blood. Like I hear you, you're not wrong, but I don't think that one person in a country of 3 million people, what you meet one person's doing slackness, so you think that. Give me another country. In fact, not even another country. Fuck that. Let me be direct. Give me a white country where one person can do something and we run with the narrative based on one person.
Yeah, I
Impossible.
agree. I think a lot. I think what people need to understand is the culture influenced Vibes Cartel, and it works. It's a relationship. So yeah,
Yeah.
Vibes Cartel did influence the culture, but Vibes Cartel's never done a song about eating pussy before. He's never done a song like that because he knows in the culture that's not acceptable. You know what I'm saying? So he spoke about bleaching because he knew bare people were bleaching. Where the hell did Nick go?
Yeah, toilet.
He spoke about doing one bag of slackness because that's what the country's doing. Yo, did Roach fight yet? Now we're about to go into the Roach fight now. In fact, let me put a poll in the chat. Why for the poll? Um, I just put a poll in the chat. You man, let me know who wins. Let me know who's winning this fight still. Random question, Gareth Bell, I am Robin Bell. Janet Jackson versus Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston every day. Got here late. Shout out to you. Better late than never. Hit the like button on the way in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Better you man watching. Not enough of you liking. Not enough of you subscribing. Has Jamaica ever produced a baller like Yannick Bolasie? What do you mean like Yannick Bolasie? Do you mean quality? Do you mean skill level? What are you talking about? What is the Jamaica equivalent to Anthony Joshua? Um,
Trevor Burbick.
yeah, Trevor Burbick, Razor Ruddock, something like that. I'm not gonna say Lennox
Man
Lewis.
said, has Jamaica ever produced a baller like Yannick Bolasie? Jamaica produced Raheem Sterling.
I don't know what he means. I don't know
Don't
if he's
matter. It
saying.
don't
I don't know
matter.
if
It
he
don't
means.
matter. It don't
No,
matter.
but Raheem Sterling isn't like Yannick Bolasie.
Other than unless you're saying style, just
That's
Yannick
what I'm
is
saying. I don't know what he's
Raheem's just
asking.
better in every department.
I don't know if he's talking about ability or if he's saying like that with that same style. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what he was asking.
Lennox Lewis wouldn't be Jamaica's version of Anthony Joshua because Lennox Lewis is a level above Anthony Joshua. Do
That's
you know what
why
I'm
I
saying?
didn't. That's why I
Yeah,
didn't say
that's
Lennox
why
Lewis.
I said Trevor Burbick because Trevor Burbick and AJ are probably the same level. Like,
No,
do
that's
you know what
a
I'm
lie.
saying?
Still,
Why?
Anthony Josh is better than Trevor Burbick, bro. Trevor
Are you
Burbick,
sure?
man.
Are you
He's better.
sure?
Better than Trevor Burbick, bro.
Are you sure? You think
Better. Better than
is
Trevor
AJ
Burbick.
beating Floyd Patterson?
Yeah. But if Floyd Patterson was Trevor Burbick, did Trevor Burbick
Who did Trevor Burbick beat? Who did Trevor
Ali
Burbick beat?
when Ali was 150 years old?
Same as AJ beat Klitschko when he was 150 years old. Okay, go on. What else?
Yeah, he beat a lot of guys, bro. He beat a lot of good guys in his. Zepeda doing his ring walk. Zepeda obviously coming off the loss against Shakur Stevenson in a unanimous decision fight. Come on, Roach, bro. I need you to put in a performance. The thing is, because you're ahead of me, Nick, it's annoying because you're gonna be saying bare shit before it happens. I'm not gonna be reading any comments in between the fights still. Larry Holmes dropped kick Trevor Burbick. I have Roach via points. I have Roach via points as well. This fight ain't gonna end in a stoppage from neither guy. If anyone's got a chance of stopping it, it's Zepeda, but I don't see that.
Larry Holmes is stopping and dropping AJ as well.
What? Yeah, in his prime, 100%. This is gonna be interesting.
I've got Zepeda by split decision.
Let's just check some.
Roach's face mask is cold, yeah, but like he's not the style of fighter for this type of face mask.
But man's coming off 2 majority decision draws.
Horrible. Bro, how's the zone putting up? Your keys to victory is stay off the ropes. That's this is what I'm saying. Like that's hilarious, bro.
But
The
that's true
keys,
though. That
I
is
know, but
actually
that's poor, bro. That's poor.
why.
Cause why are you on the rope so much, bro? How's
No,
that?
because no, it's not because he's on the ropes. It's because Zepeda only works when you're on the ropes.
I
Zepeda
hear you.
works when you're on the ropes.
I hear you.
I don't think that would be his keys to victory in any fight. Yeah, that number one. Number one is the most important when it says win close rounds. You have to try and win those rounds because Zepeda will just work in the rounds, innit? But
Yeah,
I
man. I'm like the video. Me and Shane are split, which makes for a good show. Normally, I got Zepeda, the slight favorite. I called it on the show. On the show, Shane
88% of you lot are saying Zepeda. Yeah, I'm Roach still.
on the show, Shane was getting kind of roped into my thought process and said, "Yeah, you know what? I can see that." But then I don't know what's happened between then and now. But he's changed his
I
mind
can
and gone
see it,
back
but
to
I'm
Roach.
always gonna go with skills pay the bills, innit?
Mm.
Yeah, we're split. Again, thanks for doing this. It's time for the main event. Keys to
Appreciate you,
victory.
bro.
Don't concede early. I think Roach definitely can't afford to concede early. He don't want to be chasing this fight. Is this Zepeda first fight since Shakur fight? Yeah. Roach best win for my bet. Swear. Yeah. Facts. I got him on a bet as well. I literally got him on a bet. If he wins, I win my money. If he loses, then I'll be annoyed still. And I can see this nigga losing as well. That's the thing. I knew this was gonna be the fight that was gonna make me the money. Last week is the same thing. Tim Tszyu versus Errol Spence. I didn't know if Errol Spence was gonna roll back the years.
Errol Spence even going the full 12 makes me think Tim Zoo ain't going nowhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Errol
Tim,
Spence fought well though.
I agree, but you got to be stopping this guy, bro. I'm sorry, you got to be.
I can't lie. I can't lie, bro. If Lamont Roach is anything, he's got to be beating Zepeda though. If you're
Every
anything, he's
time
got to be
Roach don't
beating
win a
Zepeda.
fight, every time Roach don't win a fight, it allows the Tank fans to keep running with the narrative that Tank is the face of boxing or whatever, whatever. Because Tank took a knee and should have lost to Roach, but scumbagged the draw. And Roach should have either tried to enforce that rematch. Obviously, Tank
Yeah,
tried to go a different way with Jake Paul. He should have
it
enforced the
is.
rematch straight away, or he's going to go on to have his legacy age well. And if the more his legacy ages well, the more people demand it. The worse you perform, the more that Tank fans are just going to keep letting the narrative go that, he had an off night and it's sort of okay. Like Hamza Shiraz with Adamas. If you go on and you win the battle of narrative going forwards, people might not call for you to fight Adamas again. And people
Why do
just
you think
forget.
it's BS 50? Why do you think it's BS? I'm not necessarily against this.
I don't like it.
Why?
Uh it's too it gives the fighters too much insight and strategy. Part of what I like about boxing is you have to not necessarily give everything every round, but it's a marathon. You should know. It's partly your interpretation of the fight that's going to lead to how you fight. And so telling somebody factually they're down on the cards, it robs the coaches and sometimes of some great, I think it robs us of some really great moments. Some of my, Crawford's moment where they say he's down on the cards and he's like, I'm down on the cards, all right, cool, goes and stops him. But if Crawford can see that he's literally not down on the cards, then we get robbed of those moments. We get robbed of some really great moments. Knowing
I understand it, but I just think it will just be replaced by fighters not cruising through fights because I see too many fighters thinking that they're winning a fight and they're actually not winning it, and then they then they flick the switch. Because for me, I don't want to hear fighters say, "Bro, I thought I was winning the fight." If you know you were losing the fight, then I want to see you flick that switch.
All that's going to do is be replaced by the fighters that are winning the fight by 8 or 9 rounds that cruise to the last third of the fight anyway. So,
But then the other person then has to make the switch.
fair enough. Here we go. We're about to start. We're not starting yet.
Bro, I'm behind on the on the thing, so I'm just gonna review it
I'm
based
going
on
to
how
tell
I
you.
see it.
Right now, we've just started. Let me know when you start so I can see how far behind you are.
Yeah, I've just started.
All right, cool. So you're only about 10 seconds behind. It's also going to come down to judges' interpretation as well.
This fight's interesting.
Zepeda already putting his hands together, not really landing anything significant, but Roach. This is my problem with Roach. It's early, don't get me wrong, but it's the single. It's the single. And Zepeda is going to come with three. And that is just going to be the story of the fight. You're going to struggle to break his rhythm so much with a one. Do you know what I mean? I need to see Roach, even if it's not a one, even if it's a two, goes for a good counter there from Roach.
See, the problem, the thing where I disagree with you is, Zepeda don't land anything. You don't land anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's still got to
Cap.
land.
Yeah, but we see, like I said, a lot of judges reward aggression.
Not
So
if you're not landing. If I'm
if
landing
if
and
I'm
you're not landing,
if me and
if
you
I'm landing and you're not landing, then it's cool.
if
Because as
me
of
and
what
you
I've seen so far, Roach is winning this round.
if
But
me
you're
and
ahead of me.
you if me and you are both boxing and you're throwing singles and you're not, we both don't land nothing, but you're throwing singles and I'm throwing fours, I'm gonna look like I'm like there's more statistical probability that it looks like one of mine landed. Do you
Yeah,
know what I
that's
mean?
true. That's true. But that's only if Roach's punches don't land. I think Roach needs to focus more on what he throws in terms of making sure that lands. You can't neutralize Zepeda's pressure regardless. And I don't think it's important. I don't think the game plan should be trying to keep up to his pace either.
I'm
Just
not saying
making
try and
sure that
keep up to his pace. I didn't say try and keep up to his
you're
pace.
saying 1 versus 3. It's always going to be a 1 versus 3 because you're not going to be able to keep up to Zepeda's
You don't need to
pace.
keep up to his pace, but you need to up your pace slightly because ultimately you're coming off of two draws. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I
that's what
just
it
need
is.
to. That's true. He does need to up his pace. I just think he needs to land more.
That's true, but that's like telling a football team, you're sending a football team out to say, listen, we're in the relegation zone. We just need to score more goals. That's obvious. We know that. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe there's a lack of ability in being able to score more goals. So now what do we do?
Yeah, I can see how this fight's gonna go.
Yeah.
This 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 is this is literally gonna be one of those fights of what do you like?
I struggle to see Roach even here where he's not being at a frenetic pace. I struggle to see Roach stay at that pace for 12 rounds. And if he slows down in the final 4 rounds, there's a good chance he loses that fight.
I don't know
I'd
how
give
you.
I'd give that a Roach round, but it's close.
I don't think Zapata landed anything in that round, but he
He
could.
landed a
To be
couple of
honest
good
with you,
counters.
he landed a couple of shots. He landed a couple of shots, and you know what? It depends, innit? Like they might just like the pressure. I don't know, but you can't. Of what I've seen already, it's gonna. One thing Roach is gonna have to do is he's gonna have to hold his feet at one at a stage. You know what I'm saying? I've got a Roach 1 round to
I
Roach.
got a
Innit?
Roach 1-0 as well.
I do understand why you say it's a tough round to score. I
Man
meant to
said
say
Roach
it
didn't land
behind.
that. I just watched highlights of Zepeda hitting him in his face, but Shane's convinced Zepeda didn't land that. And
Again, I never watched the highlights. I'm just looking at it as in front as it is in front of me.
into round two. Oh, it's a great counter from Roach. That's where I don't mind. The thing is with Roach's style is high. It's a gamble because you're going to throw low volume and look for the counter. Now, if you land the counter, it's great, and if you don't, then it's problems. But in a straight away, he landed that first counter. So I think the thing for him is what he's just done here is he's taken the clear advantage in the round, and now it's Zepeda to have to wrestle that momentum. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you really got
which is what he has to do. That's what he
yes,
has to do.
you got to look really good in the. If you're going to look good for any minute of a round, look good for the first minute of the round. Then you can go in your defensive shape and tie him up if you need to. But you just got to win that battle of narrative. Zepeda caught hit him with a good left there. And again, look, and Roach is just now not backing up to the ropes exactly, but it's just backwards. Oh, good, another good counter from Zepeda.
And Zepeda's working still.
But
This
it's
I
my
can see
problem.
where this fight's gonna go. I can see how this fight's
My
gonna go
problem,
already.
man.
Thing is, Zepeda is so basic, but he's just gonna keep throwing in it.
Roach is skip, bro. Zepeda's just like fucking Adama Traore, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not good, but it's just you don't want to be against him though, even though you know he's not good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm never gonna think as Zepeda style is gonna is a winning style because it's just throw shit and see what sticks. But
I don't
it's
think it's
not
throw
be
shit and see what
defensive.
sticks. I don't think that
I
that's
think
fair.
it is because there isn't a lot of setup to a lot of what he's throwing. He's just throwing.
The two good punches he landed this round have been really good counters off of Roach's counter. So
I don't
there
know
is
about that because he landed a shot there and he just threw three punches and
sometimes he's throwing sometimes it's volume, but sometimes he's landed a couple of good counters. I think you're disrespecting him too much because he's
I
not
think
as slick.
Zepeda is what you call an output fighter who throws a
Oh, it's
bunch
a
of
great
punches.
counter from Roach. Really good counter from Roach. That's what he needs.
Yeah,
But
bro, it's gonna be hard for me to think that if this fight stays this way, it's gonna be hard for me to pick Zepeda winning this fight because his work is just not clean enough. But everything, I've got under a minute left to watch this round, but I just don't, and it's not even because I bet. It's just I don't see Zepeda winning this fight if this fight stays this way because I don't. You're just not clean, bro. I prefer clean work over I prefer clean work over messy work every day of the week, bro.
I mean, it depends, innit? For me, it really depends. Obviously, I prefer clean work, but one clean counter in 3 minutes of boxing is not getting me there over a
But
lot
he's
of
not.
aggression.
I
Go
don't
on.
know about that. I think defensively and offensively, um, Roach is better than Zepeda.
Oh, no one's arguing that. We knew that
I mean,
before. We knew
if
that
we're
last
going
year.
based on who's landing more, it's gonna be. I don't know because he's throwing a
It's
lot
not
of shots.
necessarily going to be that it's who's landing more. That's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily going to be that. If we're
I,
going by
I hear
landing
you. I
more,
hear you.
there'll
I
be
hear you.
rounds. There'll be some rounds in this fight where Zepeda lands more than Roach.
There will be. There will be. It ain't happened yet though. It
No,
will be though. I don't know how you'd have got. I got a 2-0 Roach. I don't have it a draw still, but I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be hard for me to think Zepeda is gonna win any rounds because I don't rate his boxing stuff unless Roach just takes a round off and he don't throw punches. Because whenever Roach throws, for the most part, he's landing
nah,
because
but bro,
Zepeda don't have
we're
the
into round
defense.
three. When if you say that you Zepeda can't win a round because his work is not clean enough, then fair enough. But if you just said you were about to say I don't like his style, you can't just not
No,
award
I
a man
wasn't
a
gonna.
round.
I got corrected myself. The
Yeah,
truth is, for me, if unless Roach doesn't throw punches, because when he's throwing, he's landing. I want to know what the official scorecards is. They should be bring if they're gonna do it. If they're gonna do it like that, they should have it up every round. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like they have it up every round.
Why are you showing me Chris Mannix's scorecard when there's an official scorecard?
What's
You
Chris
fucking
Mannix's scorecard?
2-0 to Roach.
See, the thing is, one thing I will say is if Roach does win this fight, yeah, it does make Shakur look a bit media like because Zepeda's probably outside the Tio, Zepeda's one of
Yes, yes. One of this was his notable win.
yeah.
This is yeah, facts.
And
See, some of these shots, some
If
of these
Roach has
shots
a
are
win
landed. Look,
over,
Zepeda's got him in the corner, and some of these shots are landed on the body and stuff. These are scoring blows, bro. Now it's not as clean as Roach's shots, but they're scoring blows.
cool. I'm not where you are in it. As I've seen it so far, Roach has landed the better shots, but I haven't reached where you reached yet.
Roach is always going to land the better shots, but if you land on me 2 clean shots and I land on you 10 scrappy, bitty
No, but that's
shots,
not happening though. He's not landing 10 shots, but he's putting the pressure on. He's definitely putting the pressure on. He's definitely stepping up the pressure in
so
this
this is what I'm
round.
saying. This is where he could start to win rounds, even just because
This
I'm
is
just going to
where
keep.
this is as close as he's got. This is as close he's got to a winning round so far. This is as close he's got to a winning round because Roach is his output is definitely taking a step up, and Roach is hold his feet a lot more in this round.
Once Roach is I can see the limitations obviously with Zepeda. When Roach is just stand there with the high guard, he actually can't do any setup. He's just throwing punches at the guard. He
That's
can't
good
set
work
anything up.
back from Roach though, but then Zepeda comes right back.
And I think Zepeda will go up a level again, just in terms of output. His Zepeda's solution to every problem is always going to be more output.
Yeah,
That's all
definitely.
it is.
This
See,
is
some of them
probably Zepeda's best round.
and Zepeda ain't even got into a bag of trying to rough up Roach and do the dirty shit. Do you know what I mean? He's fighting quite clean. He's not landing clean. The work isn't clean, but he's being a clean boxer. If
Yeah,
that makes
this is
sense.
a better round from Zepeda. I still got about 30 seconds left, but this is a better round from Zepeda.
Yeah, I got that 2-1.
Yeah.
That's how the man around the world's got it 2-1 Zepeda. I got it 2-1 Roach.
Yeah, this is definitely a Zepeda round. The thing is, Zepeda will just fight like this for 12 rounds, so it's not even like Zepeda's gonna get tired. He throws a
No.
lot of arm punches, so I should have just spit on this fight to go the distance, you know.
Mm.
But that there was shit odds on that because none of these niggas are knockout artists. Yeah, that's 2-1. Yeah, you man got it 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting fight, as I thought it would be. Annoying as well, blood. I wanted easy money today, blood. After last week's Pringa heroics, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
I
my
wanted some
days.
easy money.
Into round 4.
There's a pay for a
And
lot of
Zepeda's
shots
just
in this
trying
one.
to, yeah, he's just trying to step it up again. So I said, bro, his answer to everything is just going to be more volume, bro, every time. And once you show Zepeda, I can't keep up with your volume, then it's just long.
I don't think that makes a difference. Even if you tell him that you can, he's still gonna do the same shit.
Facts.
I
But
think this is I think Roach is
so there's a
Roach.
difference between throwing volume with with belief and throwing volume without belief. Roach just landed a really good counter. Zepeda's balance is terrible. Every time Roach can't really crack, and every time Roach catches him with a good timed counter, he kind of stumbles like he's gonna fall. And it's not from power. It's just like you just got no balance, bro. First 45 seconds, I thought it was leading Zepeda, and the second 45 seconds, I've led to Roach. So now I'm halfway through the
I
round.
actually thought the first 45 seconds was Roach as well, but again, it's because I just feel like he's just throwing a lot of glove shots, but
Yeah,
like he's getting caught in. As you said, he's got
yeah,
no balance. He's getting
yeah,
caught in between every shot.
yeah.
So it looks 10 times worse. So even if Roach isn't even
Facts,
landing that clean, it looks so
facts,
much cleaner because you're falling off balance.
facts.
But I hear what you're
100%.
saying because it's so
And
weird because Roach's mistakes are just making it so easy for Zepeda and vice versa. Because when you don't throw nothing, Roach, Zepeda, it makes Zepeda look like he's in charge. But then
plus,
when
Roach
you
is one of
just
them light skinned guys with green eyes. Just always looks like he's on the edge of crying, blood. He just always looks like he's about to cry. He does, bro. I swear. Look at
That
his
was a good
face.
counter there from Roach.
Yeah, because Zepeda's so limited. Like all he's gonna do is walk forward and throw punches, which I know sounds obvious, but when you're watching him box, like bro, there's no setup. But you know what else there is? No feints. Like
That's facts.
you
That's
see,
why
you
when
see, you
people are like,
see
oh, you're
Roach.
cool.
Yeah, Roach will bite on feints, bro. Every time Zepeda goes to throw the left, he ducks his head down, bro. If Zepeda threw a couple feints in there, he could win this fight. But he could win this fight anyway. Like it's like man, if you man ain't like deep into the technicalities of boxing, it's like a football team trying to win a game by only shooting. But there's a lot of time you got the ball with your goalkeeper and your centre back. You can't just shoot from centre back. Do you know what I'm saying? But all this nigga does is shoot. So you just, you know what I mean? Like every play is like every time you get the ball, you just shoot. Like that was a close round, but I got to give that round to Roach.
If Roach loses this fight, it's because of, again, it's just because you should have known what you're coming in against. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You should have known what you're coming in against because you're fighting against someone who, for the most part, the maddest thing is Shakur Stevenson versus Roach would actually be quite interesting because I actually would want to see who's going to take the center ring.
I've said this before. The problem that people have when they fight Shakur is that they focus because Shakur gets so much media attention. They fight narrative. You're going in there to try to be the person who can do what anyone else
Some of you
hasn't
like have it
done.
3-1, some of you like have it 2-2. Around the world got it 3-1 Zepeda. I don't know. I don't know if I have it like that still.
But you know what I'm
I
saying,
don't
like you
hear
said,
what they're saying in between rounds, so it's difficult.
yeah. I just feel like when you fight someone like Shakur, you just fight your style and stick to that style instead of focusing too much on trying to break his style.
Why are we not seeing the official scorecard?
It's weird, isn't it? Let me listen to what they're saying actually, because my place this the zones on my PlayStation, so it's in my PlayStation headset, so I can actually just listen. Fucking wires all over my desk.
I was trying to see what they were saying in between rounds, but I didn't hear shit.
They're saying Roach has got to take chances of fight fire with fire. Why would he do that?
They must know something in this fight that I don't know. What's the scorecards, bro? Just tell me the scorecards, bro.
Zepeda has educated feet, does he? Because I don't watch boxing with commentary anymore. I miss how much nonsense these man chat. Zepeda's got
Bruh,
educated feet.
the two judges have it in Zepeda's favor.
I told you that would happen.
This is annoying.
You see Shane, yeah. Let me tell you, man, something about Shane, yeah. Shane always says this about me, but it's actually true about him as well. Shane always says I'm a very literal person, which I am. But Shane's also a very literal person. If you introduce Shane to a new recipe or food, yeah, and you tell Shane how to make it, if somebody makes it different, he's gonna say they made it wrong. He's not interested in innovation. Do you know what I'm saying? The way that it's made is the way that it's made. Shane understands boxing to mean hit the guy and don't get hit. Those are the two ways that's boxing. And as a result, I do think that you have some blind spots to how other people view boxing. You're not wrong, but you've got blind spots to how other people view boxing. Because I'm looking at this fight and I can tell you that at least one of the judges would have Zepeda up. And you seem surprised that a judge would have Zepeda up. But I'm looking at the
I'm
fight.
not. I'm not. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. To be honest with you, this fight's kind of going the way I thought it might go. Yeah, Zepeda is working Roach because Roach ain't working. So, yeah, this is another. This is another.
Oh,
Um,
good right hand from Zepeda.
this is
Another good right
another.
hand from Zepeda. That's a Zepeda round for me.
Yeah, Zepeda's won this round. That's why they were saying he needs to go for it. It's mad because only thing is you don't get the suspense when you're waiting for the scorecards to be read out at the end of the
That's
fight.
why I told you you're gonna be robbed of some great moments. You're
No,
gonna be
but I
robbed
don't
of
mind that. I don't mind. I
you're
don't
gonna be
mind the
robbed of some
suspense.
great moments, bro.
If you got it 3 rounds to 1 before, you have it 4 rounds to 1 now.
It's how stat merchants don't respect to robbed.
Yeah, I currently have it 3-2, but
I got
on
it 3-2 Roach as well, but the judges ain't gonna have that. Judge probably got it 4-1.
yeah, they're gonna have it 4-1. Yeah, this is not the way you want it to go.
Bro, the commentary is horrible, bro. They said we've seen William Zepeda put together those signature combinations throwing 6, 7, sometimes 8 punches. He ain't throwing an 8 punch combination this whole fight. Let's not be silly. Let's be realistic. Yeah, that one was a little bit low. Sean Porter's about to talk. Let me hear what Sean Porter's saying. They fucked up Sean Porter's audio, so he's talking, but you can't actually hear him.
Mm.
And now, like we said, second half of the fight is round 6, and I'm seeing Lamont Roach visually slowing down. Fact, do you know what I mean? Like all the time, you don't let it get away. You're gonna let this get away, and you're gonna lose a fight to somebody that you're better than. But this is what I always say to Shane: it don't matter.
I can't believe. I can't believe this fight is going the exact. See, I had 2 ways this fight could go,
What I
and
tell you? What I tell you on this week's show? This fight is going exactly how I told you this fight would go, as it stands. And also, Roach looks a little bit tired.
he might be.
Sean Porter, great left hand from Roach, big left hand. Look at that on like 1 minute 14. The problem is with Roach, do you know what it is? Yeah, that volume thing is cool if you can crack, but you just can't crack because you've caught this guy 3 or 4 times. Clean counter hooks, beautiful counter hooks, beautiful. And he's just not moved, bro. Tank can fight. Roach fights almost like, I know he fought Tank. He fights almost like Tank blood, but Tank, if he lands that clean counter, he's taking a man's head off, bro. Another great left hook from Roach. But again, this is what I'm saying, Shane. Now we're in round 6. Look, Roach has landed like 4, maybe 3 really, really good quality punches. But it's just not enough.
I don't know. This round I've got it slightly different, but it depends. Again, it's based on what I like in it. So it for me, I for me, I would have I've still got a bit of time left. So I don't know.
This is a clear Zepeda round, in my opinion. A clear Zepeda round.
I don't think so. I don't think he's landed
Man,
enough.
how have you man got this round? What's Roach like? Roach landed 2 or 3 counters. That's it.
No, he actually landed a few jabs at the beginning as well. But again, this is just I understand he's just applying pressure, but if you actually look at what he's throwing, it's not only a lot of those
Man,
stuff
who
are
did you give
glancing
that round to?
punches.
Did you man give that round to? Just type in the chat, Roach or Zepeda? Who won that round in your opinion?
I mean, in terms of the momentum, the momentum's definitely lost if there was ever momentum. But uh,
You see Oscar's gal, yeah. Whenever you see Oscar's gal, yeah, she looks like so over the top Instagram. She looks nice, don't get me wrong, but she looks so over the top Instagram with the lips and with this and with all that. It's almost like he's a man that don't really like gal and he has to have a trophy wife on his arm. Like I don't even know how to describe it. Into round 7. Roach hasn't got the tank power nor keep the pressure and volume off. Zepeda is winning clearly, said Samson. Into round 7. Roach looking a lot tidier, but he is looking a bit more involved in the fight early in round 7. See, there's good body shots in there from Zepeda. Not all of it's clean. That one gets through the guard. Who is that? Is Sergio Mora? It's got to be sucking dick again, saying that Zepeda's just a great all around pressure fighter. He's really not. He's a pressure fighter, but he's not a great all around pressure fighter. Let's not be silly.
Yeah,
They
Roach is
said
gonna be
they
pissed
said
when
he
it
looks phenomenal. Oh, fuck, I can't do the commentary anymore. So he looks phenomenal. What are we doing?
Roach is gonna be Roach is getting touched. This guy's losing this fight, bro. I don't know how you had
Look
this
at,
round. I think round 7 was worse than round 8. Round 6, blood. Round 6 is way closer for me.
hey, around the world, what? Why are you saying Nick with laughing emojis? What part? What part are you laughing at? Bimbos is what you were thinking of, Nick. Yeah, like when you see a man with like a over the top bimbo, it's like that shit don't even look nice. I'm saying that could be a tranny next to him for all I know, bro. Great counter shot from Roach. Really good counter shot. It's not gonna be enough, but
He's
that was
lost
a good
this
count.
round, bro. For me, based on
And
what
what
I've
did
seen, unless he drops my man, I don't know what
he,
he's
he,
got to know he's losing this fight as
you
well.
got
He's
him, bro.
got
He could feel it. But not just that. I told you, we said it on the show. Second half of the fight is where Zepeda's the gap is because Zepeda is going to stick. Zepeda's worked his way up to maybe third gear. Look at that now. He just lands a good combination. Look at that combination from William Zepeda. He's William Zepeda's worked his way to third gear, but he's going to stay at third gear. Whereas Roach hasn't got to second gear. He's only really got one gear. So once you start dropping down in volume,
I had
now
a
he's fighting back.
feel that, bro. You know why I'm so vexed, bro? It's so annoying because the way this fight's going is what both ways. I could see this fight going 2 ways, and the way this fight's going is one of the ways that I thought this fight was gonna go. I'm so vexed as well,
Are you
blood.
vexed because you do a podcast with an incredible boxing analyst that told you to put your money on Zepeda? Does that bother
No,
you at all?
because it could have, bro. This what I'm saying. This fight could have gone both ways.
It's not a question of could have, bro.
I'm never gonna be.
Bro, man, you always do could have. Black people could have gone to Europe and kidnapped them and enslaved them for 400 years and stole their seasonings, but that's not what happened, blood. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm never gonna be. What's it called? I'm never gonna be. I understand my train of thought for both ways, innit? I understand my train of thought for both ways. I'm just annoyed because one of the main things that changed my opinion was when I realized it was open scoring. Because I'm like, open scoring, you can't afford to cruise because you know you're behind on the scorecards. The problem was
You have no
like
solution to that, which is one of the things. If we
that's the
that's
current problem we're currently at right now
That's
is
one of
that
the
there
things.
isn't a
Sometimes when I'm
solution.
assessing sports, like I said, sometimes when I'm assessing boxers, I'm looking at if you find yourself in this situation and that situation and this situation, who is best equipped to deal with all the different situations. Roach can win the fight one way. Zepeda can win the fight one way, but who's gonna drag who into whose fight, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? Shane talked about this at the beginning of the stream, and he's correct. Yeah, but I talked about that. That was on Saturday. I thought, oh, you talked about the open scoring thing. Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, the way the fight's going is how I predicted it would go a week ago.
With open scoring, are they only checking it after a certain amount of rounds?
Must be. Now they're gassing Shakur. This speaks to how special Shakur is as a fighter, they're saying. 90 punches in the 7th round.
Yeah, there's no way Roach is winning this fight. I don't even have to watch the rest of the fight. I have to watch the rest of this fight because this fight's going one way. Because
For me, the concern when Zepeda's throwing looped shots and he's hitting with the loop body shots and stuff, that's kind of what's expected, that volume stuff. But when Zepeda starts beating Roach to the jab, then I'm like, okay, now the fight's definitely over. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you throwing in there with a volume guy, he shouldn't be beating you to the jab though. Do you know what I mean? Then you start seeing, because already Roach is now trying to fight a fight that's not his fight, and he is getting success in some spells. Don't get me wrong, but he's now, although he's getting success in the places he's getting success, he's now getting less success in the parts of the fight where you would expect him to be more dominant, i.e., the more technical side. Do you see what I'm saying?
mhm. One of the biggest mistakes is Roach should have never let this guy get into. You got to do things to break up the rhythm before he even gets in that. So you
I
see, if you
agree.
lose a round, you got to go out the next round and almost empty the tank because you can't let the momentum shift. You know what I'm saying? Once he gets 1 or 2 rounds, it's just like a freight train in. He's gonna keep throwing. Whereas
Yeah,
Roach didn't identify that as, because if there was a close round here and there, you could have wrestled it back
I'll give you an
just by
example of what
being.
Shane's saying. This round here is very, very close. I actually think that I scored that round personally a Roach round, but I don't think that the judges are going to give that to Roach because Zepeda is being now seen and interpreted as this unstoppable freight train. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
Whereas if you had this round, maybe after round 4,
yeah,
you might have come back in your favor. But
yeah,
because you gotta have these rounds, you gotta know, alright, cool. If I lost this round, the next round I'm going out, bro.
yeah.
We're gonna have it because I need to do something to break up his rhythm. I can't even let him get into a rhythm.
But with a man like Zepeda, thank you, fanboy. With a man like Zepeda, they're saying he's got great footwork. I don't see him having no great footwork. He's just trying to put pressure. What Roach isn't doing, and maybe people call it running, Shakur, movement, whatever. When I'm standing nose to nose with you, and I catch you
You
on a
going
pull
four
count,
four?
a lot of man got a
Yo,
4-4. When I catch you on a pull counter, yeah. If me and you were fighting and you catch me on a pull counter, you better get out of the way. But Roach is catching him on some of these counters and then just standing there. If you win the exchange, move around the ring.
the reason why the only thing why I'm annoyed is it's robbed me from scoring fights because he got official scorecards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I'm not
that's why I
even
said
gonna
I don't
score
like
this
it.
fight. Like, alright, cool. They're just showing a highlight, yeah, where this guy just throwed 5 punches. Bro, those punches were so rudimental, bro. They were just so 1, 2, 3. Like there was nothing to it. So I'm saying, like, for me, I just can't rate Zepeda's
But no
fighting
one's this.
style.
But we're having two different conversations. I
No,
don't rate.
I'm not saying that in terms of validity for why he's winning the fight or losing the fight.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about in general. Talking about
yeah.
when we talk about like boxing. I just don't. That's just not my. That's just not a style that I
Of
respect.
course. And we all like the ball on the floor and to be played with good football. But if you ain't got that, what else? Do you know what else I respect? I respect Chris Wood getting 20 Premier League goals for Nottingham Forest, even though he's kind of shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like those moments are what all three judges have got it now in favor of Zepeda.
What's the
One
score?
judge has got it for 77, 75 for two judges and 78, 74 for one judge. Um and
Yeah, bro.
you
You gotta win every round.
when you're limited, okay, fine. Zepeda's limited. But if you're limited, bro, you know what I'm saying? Man United lost to Grimsby. At the end of the day, man, if I got a team that's limited, guess what? It's one bank of four, five in the midfield, and one man up top, and the wing backs are
Funny
just gonna
enough, I actually
swing
think Roach
crosses
is
in, and that's
winning
it.
this round, but it doesn't make a difference because he's
It's not
way
going enough.
behind.
Yeah.
He's way behind on the cards.
Roach is a fighter who punches a small burst and resets. He goes from off punching a small burst and resetting is fine. But what I would do, because I just don't think Zepeda's got great footwork, and Roach is technically better than Zepeda in a lot of departments. But you're not making the technical efficiency and deficiencies he has work for you. You're fighting his fight by standing there and going toe to toe, but he's got more volume than you. So he's often going to come off the better because he's just going to throw more punches, even if it's luck and not skill. It don't matter, bro. If Arsenal play Wolves and Wolves have 20 shots and Arsenal has one
This
shot,
is this
what
is
are the odds of us
this
winning that
is
game?
where this is where I'm looking at Roach and I'm like, bro, you're messing up. Because the first 2 minutes of this round, you were actually working. Now you
Yeah,
just let this guy come back into the round.
yeah.
You spent the least amount of time on the back foot in this round, and you've
Remember, this
literally
round is round 9, and because when you look at the judges' scorecards afterwards, if the judges give this round to Roach to Cepeda, which they probably won't, it should be a Roach round. But if they do, to Shane's point, Roach is going to be furious when he goes home because
literally
you've put in 2.5 minutes of really solid work and haven't got the result from it that you are going to feel like you deserve to get. Nick, do you
like
rate Raymond
you really
Muratalla?
should be
Yeah,
working.
Raymond's a good boxer. I don't rate him super high, but he's got a world title with some good notable defenses. So yeah, go on.
Yeah, Roach really should have been trying to take this round, bro. I still think I got him winning this round, but this round it should have been way more in your favor, bro. Way more in your favor because you spent the most time in the center of the ring in this round. That
This is
should
what
have
I'm
been
trying to
your
tell
best
you.
round.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Because if you had won
Roach,
that round, you're one round down. Because you know the scorecards. You're one round down on two scorecards. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro,
bro,
this
go
is what I'm
and
trying to tell you.
win
Like,
these rounds, bro.
yes, you got a fighter that's got a better jab and a better this and a better that, but man don't have some of the non away from the rudimentary fundamentals of some of the stuff. Again, Roach has started really quickly. He's trying to get the first punch, but he can't sustain it. He can't sustain it. Crawford's talking. Remember what Crawford's got to say? They're fucking up the audio again. I can't hear Crawford.
Boy, the zone blown their budget. Bro,
Hang on, they've got commentary's going to tell me what he said.
I'm gonna hope that the judges gave that round to him. That means he'd be a point down on two scorecards, which I could take going into the final three. At least it's not impossible. Go and work, bro. Work. Bro,
They're telling Roach in the corner he's got to hurt Zepeda. He's got to hurt him,
yeah, to be honest with you, I
which
would
I'm not
actually tell
sure.
him that you need to stop reversing. You need to just go forward and try and press this guy backwards, even if it's behind the high guard.
Yeah,
Because this round, like, just walk forward. Because I feel like all of the pressure from Zepeda is when you're giving up ground. I haven't
yeah.
seen him stand nose to nose and bang and force you back. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You're just giving up ground.
I'm going to come to the comments at the end of this round. So like the video, make sure you're subscribed. Let's get to the end of round 10. I'm going to come to the comments. So, oh, look at this now. Roach up against the ropes, what they told him not to do. Look at that. Big left hand.
Yeah, I'm not there yet still.
You'll see it soon enough.
It's annoying because up until that point it was boxing alright, but Jesus Christ. So
Yep,
yeah, I
see it
can
there?
yeah.
So I'm saying, bro, being better technically is part of the game, but it's not everything.
Well, that's terrible.
It's not everything.
Yeah, this is the problem. That's the problem. Those moments when Zepeda just goes on in those flurries, yeah, they might just win you the round.
That's what I told you. That's what I tried to tell you. It's not just about the clean work. The
But this is
clean
what
work
I'm
is great.
saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what's annoying about Roach, bro. Like, bro, I don't know how you ain't noticed. This guy can't fight in reverse, bro. Like, he just landed a few good backhand rights. I don't know if you saw them,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
bro, This guy can't fight in reverse. Just keep this guy going in reverse, bro. So I'm saying I'm at like 20 something seconds, and he's fighting in reverse. You got him in reverse. Keep him in reverse, bro. Don't. He will fight good when he's coming forward. Just keep him in reverse. Like he's
Yeah,
not hitting you with anything that's knocking you up. So you got to worry about him like you're fighting tank. Just keep him
yeah,
in reverse, bro.
yeah. Not sure I'm a fan of this style of boxing. Which style of boxing are you talking about? Because for me, I'm not really a fan of Roach's style of boxing. I'll be honest, Roach is technically better than Zepeda, but I just want to watch somebody be very technical but do nothing. Erdegaard's a great technical football player, but if he just passes the ball sideways and sideways and sideways, man can't rate that.
That
Which
round was a close round.
it actually was a close round, but he's going to lose the round because of momentum and because
I need to.
the
Yeah,
work that
facts.
they've
The
done,
maddest thing
the
is the
work that they've
last
done
two
is
rounds.
competitive, but it's like one is
The
like presenting his work a lot better.
the last two rounds has been competitive, but I can see a world where they give them both to Zepeda. But
They're
the
going
last
to
two rounds were
100%.
actually competitive.
Go to round 11. Let me try to get through some of these comments. Which fight has been successful with Zepeda's style? Depends what you mean by Zepeda's style. I mean, in terms of successful pressure fighters, I can name loads. Same mistakes from the Cruz fight: low volume and lack of elusive footwork. The elusive footwork is one of the bigger problems. Shakur is going to counter and get the fuck out the way, and we're going to reset. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like if Arsenal, it's like Arsenal scoring corners. Do you know what we're going to play for a corner the next time? We're just going to reset this play every time. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. You can fight like Zepeda with boxing in mind. Zepeda just eats punches, moves forward and throws. Zepeda is technically limited, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Just keep.
Crawford is Crawford is telling Roach he needs to attack the body and step up his work rate. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I
about
heard that.
six
I
rounds
heard
too
that.
late for that. This might be an extra topic. Would you actually let your son box? I said yes. Shane said no. We can discuss that though.
Maybe for fitness.
Roach,
Roach is
Roach,
losing. The maddest thing is this round 11, he's actually losing, and I don't understand
Shafiq said
what.
Roach moves like Due. That's fucking hilarious.
Bro, go and fight
The
the
judges are
last
giving the
two
close
minutes.
rounds to Zepeda. This is what I'm. This is Mikey. This is what I was trying to explain to man earlier in the chat, and what I was trying to explain to Shane. Some
Yeah,
people
Roach
like
is getting
boxing.
pieced up in round 11, boy. Jesus Christ.
This is professional boxing. We're fighting. Yeah. So if I win the battle of narrative, if Shane is up against the ropes and I'm wailing on Shane's body, I'm hitting him with my shoulder sometimes. I'm hitting him in the body, and he's just tucked up tight, and he hits with one clean counter, bro. It, I'm gonna win the round. Good work from Roach.
Bro,
Zepeda comes
this
right
is
back.
so annoying, fam. These guys attacking, and it's just so far and few between, bro. I'm like, bro, when he landed a great uppercut earlier in the round. Then he landed another good shot. But it's just so far and few between, bro. It's so jarring, fam.
Go watch my breakdown on this fight from on the Only Facts Sports podcast. This has gone exactly how I predicted that it would go, and this is why I made Zepeda the favorite, because I don't know what man expected from Roach. This is exactly what Roach does. Because he's technically more sound, I don't know why you were expecting more. Does that make sense? I don't know how to
No, but
describe what
it's not even that. It's not even that, Nick. It's more about the fact that because if you actually watch this fight, yeah, if you watch this fight in isolation, for
Mhm.
me, there's a lot of rounds that are close, but I don't think they were close. I don't think they were positioned right. So he didn't
Correct.
wrestle the momentum back. The
But that's
issue is,
always been his problem.
yeah, the issue is, I've always thought, especially in the tank fight, was because as you said, I was leaning to you in the podcast. But in the tank fight, he was fighting like this, and he was going through rounds because he would think he was winning. Same thing with the Pitbull Cruz fight. I thought that in this fight, knowing that you're not winning on the scorecards, or knowing that the fight's closer than you think, will mean that he will maintain his momentum
But
because
this
it
one's
was
that
live scoring.
you assumed because he's technically better, in my opinion, you've overgassed him.
No,
Because
no, it's
you
not that.
hold on,
Because
let me
no, it's
explain, let me
not.
explain, let me land. Let me land. He's technically he's got some good technical skills, but fight after fight we're seeing the deficiencies, and you have attributed those deficiencies to a lack of ambition,
No, I've
or or
attribute. No, it's
or
not
or
lack of
or, or,
ambition.
or, a lack of knowing where he is on the cards.
Facts.
Whereas I'm attributing that to just a lack of ability or a lack of mindset, because actually there's some people that I could be well up on the cards, but I'm steamrolling you anyway. I'm
No,
not
but
dropping my level.
I hear you. But if you watch this fight, as I said, if you watch this fight again, this fight might end 7-5 or 8-4. But again, I feel like a lot of those rounds. I mean, it's definitely going to be at least 7-4. I mean, 8-4, maybe seven
Shafiq
five or
asked me,
8-4.
are judges not purists, Nick? Not always.
Not
No.
always. But
No. We got
this
judges from all
fight's
over
going
the
to
world.
end 8-4, 7-5 Zepeda, whatever it ends.
Law of averages, Nick. Technical boxers are always the best. No, I'm
But
not
what my
no, no, no,
point
no, no, no,
is
no.
what
Lamont Roach is technically better, but what I'm saying to you is the best doesn't always win the fight. I'm not just assessing. I'm not just assessing technical boxer versus non-technical boxer because that's an oversimplification. I know
like
boxing in a lot
it,
more depth than that.
if this fight ends 7, let's say this fight ends 7-5 on the scorecards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say the fight ends 7-5. If the fight ends 7-5, so this fight could have ended 7-5 in Roach's favor if he had
Yes.
positioned the rounds differently. My
Correct.
point is, that's how I saw the fight going. The fight slipping from Roach because of how he's approached the fight. We're forgetting that in the first 2 rounds he won.
Listen, this everything you're saying is correct. But what I'm telling you is whether it's Lamont Roach himself, whether it's his corner, whether it's his team, whether it's this judges, other judges, whatever, there is an inability for them to be able to read the fight and accurately understand and position themselves as to where they are in the fight
True.
and then know how to manage the fight. So I don't know why they would know that now, other than, like you said, the open scoring
The
might have made
open
the
scoring.
difference.
Now, if that's their weakness,
But now what
their
we can
weakness
see
has
from
been
Roach, now what we
stated.
can see from Roach is that they actually can't. He actually can't. Maybe they can know. Like I said, maybe we assumed they didn't know the positioning of the fight. But
I think in the tank fight,
what we're seeing today is that they do know, but they actually just lack the ability to reposition those rounds.
potentially, but I think the tank fight is different because I think in the tank fight, he definitely everybody thought he was up on the
The
scorecard.
tank fight was the best Roach you've ever seen. Well, that's not the regular Roach. Roach has not been able to do that. Tank is not actually a pressure fighter, even though he's a power puncher. Tank is not a pressure fighter. That
Bro,
won't work against a pressure fighter. Oh, good left hand from Zepeda.
this is annoying.
Now you're making Zepeda look like he can box. Do you know what I mean? And if you look at round one, you'd say, look, Roach is a far better boxer than Zepeda. You look at round 12, you're making Zepeda look like a better boxer in this round.
I don't know about that, but
I'm being hyperbolic, but do you know what I'm saying?
I actually think Roach won this round, but I don't know. I don't know.
Zepeda's won this round.
I think Zepeda took this round off, to be honest, because he
And he
actually
still
hasn't
won
thrown
it.
that much punches. I don't know about that,
He's
but he
landed the
hasn't made
better
a diff.
counters.
Bro, you can't do that because that's change. You're changing the way you score the
That's what
fight.
I'm about to say. You're changing the way. He's
No,
landed the better
because
counters.
no, because I actually don't think he has landed the better counters. But even if, I'm not, the reason why I think Roach has won this fight is the same reason why I've given Zepeda the rounds. Some rounds that Zepeda's won, it is literally just doing what Roach has done in this round, which is just throw shit on the wall and see what sticks. If we're gonna remove those rounds from Zepeda, then for no, I think Roach won this round still.
Oh God, Sergio Mora. Whenever Sergio Mora talks, it sounds like dick
We already
sucking.
know what the score is anyway because I mean.
Sergio Mora just said, "This is the type of performance that makes Mexican stars." We all know that boxing's better when there's a Mexican star fighter. I don't know about that.
I don't know
I
about
don't.
that
So
still.
Sergio Mora, that's enough of you. I can't listen to you talk for more than 5 minutes trying shit.
But yeah, Roach is gonna go home vexed.
Roach
Oh, they
could have
already
tried
know
to.
that he's won, innit? They're
Yeah, yeah,
celebrating. They
yeah,
already
yeah.
know
Of
that he's
course.
won.
Why are you lot saying draw again? Maybe we already saw the
We already know
scorecards,
the
no?
scorecards.
Unless you're saying that, I guess we haven't seen it for the full 12, but we saw it at 8, right? Unless you lot are
No,
saying
it's
that you think
at 10.
we saw it at 10. Yeah. Knee pad Mora, exactly. Brother just Bonnie Blue for no reason. Tank was shit in that fight anyway. See, look, this is what I'm saying. This is the narrative that's going to start. Tank had a bad night at the office. Tank was shit in that particular fight. He'll come back better. Blah 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 blah. You
But Tank
know,
don't fight like Roach. There's a pay there anyway, so it don't make a difference.
Roach's career might be cut short if he keeps this style. Every fight is a long day at the office.
I had a feeling this was gonna happen as well, blood. It's annoying. And if I bet on Zepeda, I would have won more money. And I didn't do what I normally do, which is protect the spread, fam. You have to protect the spread, fam.
Why are people saying bare draws? But Roach, they didn't draw, did they?
They didn't draw.
But bare people are talking about draws.
I don't know what these niggas are talking about. Congratulations to Shane on on baby with Bonnie Blue. What are you talking about, my nigga? Around the world must be on board, fam. Yeah, that this for me. My scorecards are in my scorecards.
Yeah,
The maddest
Zepeda
thing
won, but
is
I always think he's off the shit on a low. Why? Why do you think
on
that?
my scorecards. He actually might have. It might actually have been a draw, but it don't make a difference. That's the worst thing because I actually feel like when I'm looking at Chris Mannix's score, there's 2 rounds that I've given to Roach that Chris Mannix gave to Zepeda, which on my scorecards would be a draw. But um,
The Zona fully fucked up the audio on the stream. It's just like the music is bare high and the commentator's talking bare low, so I can't hear them.
so Roach his last 3 fights he ain't won.
The official scorecards coming now.
Yeah, I don't even know why we even looking. It's gonna be
I'm
like
just telling you.
7-5-8-4. 7-5-8-4. We already know it though. I don't understand why this is. I mean, they should already know it. It's like, what's the point of having live scoring or open scoring if you don't know who's won the fight before the fight's finished?
118, 110, 170, 117, 111 for 2. Unanimous decision for Zepeda.
118, 110. Fair enough. Shout out to Zepeda, WBC World Champion. So vexed though, bruv. Oh my days, you don't understand how vexed I am. I saw, fam. I'm so vexed, fam. Because
Man,
I
and
had
go
a
back and watch.
feeling.
Who watched the podcast this week? Like the video right now, please. Who watched the podcast this week? Because it's gone exactly how I told man this was gonna go. Exactly how I told man this was gonna go. And I know what Shane's saying. There's a world where it could have gone different, but we don't live in that world, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Shane is the
You know why
Shane
I'm
is the
vexed?
master. Shane is the master. Shane loves the Matrix. It must be his favorite film because Shane is the master of looking at the beautiful God created universe that we have and comparing it to a different universe where we don't
No,
live.
it's not that. Because I saw, I could, I there was a. This is the thing. What people don't understand. This is why I said, if you watch the podcast, bro, I could see this coming. Do you know what I'm saying? I could see this. What has happened today, I could see coming. I could see it coming. That going into this fight, thought Roach was gonna win, but there's a way in which Zepeda could win the fight. But after seeing how this fight's materialized, I'm like, bro, bro.
But you're saying you could see it coming, but you're not. I'm saying yeah, like this is what is actually going to happen. This is what's going to happen.
You know, in my mind, there's two. Before the fight happens, there's 2 roles that could potentially, 2 fights that could potentially happen. One, which is what happened today. That's one thing I could see. The other thing is where Roach gets into a lead, Zepeda gets it back, and then Roach comes back in the back end of the fight. That's the fight. That's the fight that I thought was more likely because I thought after 4 or 5 rounds, Roach might be. Let's say after 4 rounds, he's 3-1 up, and if after at the next middle rounds, let's say Zepeda comes into the fight and then he ends the fight strong. That's how I saw the fight going, and I saw the fight 7-5 to either fight or maybe um I didn't see anyone getting a knockdown. I didn't see anyone getting knocked out. But I just thought that was more likely. I could see both of this happening. And when I'm saying more likely, I'm saying like 55-45.
But what you don't factor in, safe F text, I like the video as well. What you don't factor into your decision making process and your analysis sometimes, in my opinion, is that the judges don't see boxing the way that you see boxing because it could have been a draw and it could have been 6-6, it could have been 7-5. Roach, but I know the way that a lot of people see boxing. There are more people in the world, in the whole world, who see boxing the way that I do than the way that you and Rance do. From a pure, from a pure purist perspective. So to find three judges,
I don't
to
necessarily agree with that when it comes to judges. I don't
to
necessarily
find
agree
three
with that
judges,
when
I don't know.
you watch that fight,
Why is it then?
that
Why is
fight didn't go the way.
Canelo's obviously better than Zepeda, but why has Canelo been such a long reigning champion then?
Because he comprehensively beats fight.
Not always.
Yeah, not always, but here's the thing. Yeah, obviously, there's money involved in that as well. But when you look at this fight had nothing to do with judges. This fight had everything to do with the fact that Zepeda's will and Zepeda's flaws wasn't exposed as much as Roach's flaws are. So it was always going to be a case of who was going to be able to expose the other flaws more than more. And when I watched the fight, Zepeda's flaws was exposed less, or even if it was exposed more. What Here's where I agree with Nick. The mistakes Zepeda makes isn't as costly as the mistakes Roach makes. Zepeda's mistakes might cause him getting knocked out if he's fighting a power puncher, but you missing a bunch of punches isn't marked down. You not throwing punches is marked down. So
If
that's
I'm
where I
fighting a
will say,
boxer, if I'm fighting someone I know is technically better than me, my best opportunity, often, depending on who you are, my best opportunity is volume. My best opportunity is volume. If me and you were fighting, okay, if me and you were fighting with our styles and you think that you're technically more sound than I am, if I throw more volume than you, then you're pissed.
depends.
But just to say, with me and you, if I throw
with
way
me and
more
you,
volume
you're
than
right.
you,
I'm pissed, but it depends on who you are as a fighter. Because there's a world watching this fight. There's a world where you understand. This is where I think Roach is just a good fighter and not a great fighter. Because for me, there was multiple times in that fight where you would have realized that this guy actually isn't hurting me. So you would think that, and this is a again, this is a cultural thing because when I spend a lot of time in East Coast, weirdly enough, Philly's the only place that doesn't have this. But you go New York, you go Jersey, you go DC, like where Roach is from. A lot of these fighters, you go Ohio. A lot of these fighters who are from these places, bro. A lot of the time, their defense is seen as scoring punches. So in their mind, if you don't land on me,
I win the
I'm
round.
I'm winning the round. And I don't think you rarely see this in down south black fighters. Like fighters from like Houston and Atlanta and that, they don't have that mindset. Even if you go to the West Coast, they don't really have that mindset. But fighters in New York is normally where I see it the most.
And when you go to Mexico, they definitely don't have that mindset.
Facts.
This is why we look at where is this fight going to take place. If this fight takes place in Guadalajara, this is 10-2.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? But if this fight takes place in Philly, it might be different. It might be 6-6 or 7-5 Roach because different people are respecting. This is
I,
what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking
I
about
think
judges.
I think though, Nick. I think though, Nick, and this is where if there wasn't open scoring, you wouldn't have seen Roach end the fight the way he ended it. He would have just continued doing what he's doing because I think there's a narrative in where you would think that he's
Yeah,
winning this fight.
that was Roach. This fight was Roach with an advantage. With the advantage of knowing how far behind he was. Without the advantage of
Facts.
knowing how far behind he was. That was Roach with urgency. That was Roach with urgency, mind you.
I agree.
Do you know what I'm
I agree.
saying?
Because the way
So
he ended that fight wasn't the way he ended against Tank or
no,
against
no.
Pitbull Cruz. So I could see that there was urgency. But I just don't understand because Roach is very good at where I would say I was shocked, and I think even Nick would have to admit that he was shocked because we both said the back end of the fight is where Zepeda is gonna be key. I'm surprised Roach didn't even get into a lead. That's the part that shocked me. Like after 4 or 5 rounds, we were debating whether Roach was even winning.
But Roach is like Roach. Roach won. If you watch the first 30 seconds of the fight for every round, he probably won the first 30 seconds for 10 of the 12 rounds. But
Hmm.
Roach has a problem with stamina. You know what I'm saying? I think Roach knows. I think Roach has got a gas tank like Yard. The difference is he's not emptying the tank. He's categorically not. He'd rather lose on points or go to a decision and hope that he's just about done enough. He's rationing the tank. He's rationing, bro. So I'm saying
I agree. I agree because I actually think
if he steps it up in round 6 or 7, by round 10, 11, he's very vulnerable.
facts, but I think if
And he's
you
lucky Zepeda didn't invest in the body early.
I think if you take where after round two, even in round three, I think was a competitive round. But after round two, he won the first 2 rounds pretty comfortably. After round two, you could literally see him get into this relaxed mode. That's where he lost the fight for me.
Round 5, I told you he looks tired.
But I don't even know if it was he just started to relax. And I don't maybe he was tired. You're probably right about that. But I just feel like you certain guys aren't gonna let you cruise, bro. Certain guys are not gonna let you cruise, bro. And
which is
Zepeda's
why
not
he's
one of them.
which is why he looked tired. Because guess what? Tank's gonna look for singles as well. So you man are just looking for different. You're looking for different types of singles, but it's single versus single. So we're fine. We're happy to kind of socially accept we're gonna fight at a certain pace. Tank's not gonna try to outpace you. Do you know what I'm saying? But when Roach is gonna lose to pretty much any decent level because the beta's not great, but any decent level volume puncher, he's losing, bro. And if
I
you come
I
across
I I,
and
I
if
I
you come
said
across somebody, if you come across anyone who's going to invest in the body early, it's long for you, bro.
I said that Roach will probably lose to Roach will probably lose to Muratalla before the fight started because Muratalla is a bit more smart with his attacks. He's not just messy with it like Zepeda.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, it don't make a damn difference, bro. Nigga, if you throw over 50 punches, you might have a good chance beating Roach. Because this nigga don't throw no punches. So we're literally looking at and for those who followed Adrian Broner's career, this was a big flaw in Adrian Broner's career. Like whenever Adrian Broner fought, whether it was Mikey Garcia, whether he fought, I thought he beat Jesse Vargas, but Jesse Vargas, when he fought Pacquiao, when like Maidana, these men will just work you over, bro. When he fought Sean Porter, all of these men just throw a bag of punches. You might look pretty, but you just don't throw enough punches, and that's
But
where
this is what I
Roach
said
lost.
to you. This is what I say to you in rants all the time about overestimating the importance of technical ability, bro. It don't matter, bro. It don't like we could say. I think Erdegaard is more of a technician than Frank Lampard. But Erdegaard is not better than Frank Lampard because Frank Lampard just a volume goals, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Even when we argue Erdegaard versus Bruno, it don't. Oh, Erdegaard's better than Bruno. Well, if that's true, it don't matter because Bruno's just going to put up numbers.
I think volume has a part to play, and that's why going into this fight, I was torn. And as I said, as you said, and you rightly said, when we done the podcast, I was tilting towards you in your train of thought. The only thing that switched me back over was with open scoring. I'm like, bro, you can't afford. You now know you're down in it, so you can't like the excuses that I heard
But what?
before
But
of
what? Like Fanboy said, what does the open scoring do to Zepeda then?
no, but Zepeda can't fight another way, so it don't make a difference.
He
Zepeda,
can go, but he can go through gears.
cool, but my mind, I genuinely, and I could be wrong, but I forgave Roach for when he didn't flip the switch against Tank because he thought he was winning the fight. And I'm like, I thought you were winning the fight as well.
And he was.
I huh?
And he was.
I against against Pitbull Cruz, I didn't forgive you because I felt like the fight was too close for you to cruise the last few rounds. But where I did give you a bit of a leeway is you won so much early rounds that in your mind you may have misjudged it. So I'm thinking you ain't gonna make that mistake again. You're gonna win these early rounds and know that the rounds are closer, so you're gonna flick the switch again. You never got into a lead. That's why I said after like 6, 7 rounds, I said I don't really have to watch this fight no more because Zepeda has got into his swing of stuff. I genuinely thought, this is me genuinely being honest, the mistakes that he made was purely and simply going to be corrected just because of the open scoring. But I was wrong.
But like I say, I think if you're if you're not Muratalla, if you're Zepeda, you could go into the last 3 rounds and say, listen, the judges have us up. We know he's going to try and up the volume, so you be ready for when he ups the volume. Do you know what I'm saying? So we can counter this. Like, it's not so much like it's
But
all about what
that's
Roach
because
does.
Zepeda was up. If Roach is up going into the last 3 rounds, I don't think there's nothing Zepeda could do. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't
Got you. I'm
like.
not having seen what I've just. It depends on what state Roach was in when he gets around
But
10, 11, 12.
we didn't even get into that. We didn't even get into that because Roach didn't get into a lead. Once he didn't get into a lead, this fight was a uphill battle. If Shakur Stevenson is losing on the cards against anyone, I think he's losing the fight.
Yeah.
This is where I think Bivol is a step up from all of these, man.
Yeah.
Because Bivol, I've seen him down on the cards and say, you know what, brother, we gotta do something to win this fight back, wrestle momentum back. This is why I thought there was no way Keyshawn Davis was gonna beat Devin Haney. Because Keyshawn Davis is not playing tug of war with Haney, bro. Haney can play tug of war with anyone because he knows that there's nothing that you can do that's gonna stop me from winning rounds. Because I win rounds. With Zepeda and Shakur, there was even times where Zepeda was working Shakur. Shakur is so much technically better than Zepeda that it didn't bridge the gap. I just didn't expect Roach to just lose so many early rounds. Like after
It's
six
also it's
rounds,
also it's also the battle of momentum. I'm not saying that judges are human beings. I'm not saying it was rigged. Judges are human beings. Everyone talks about Floyd's defense. Everyone talks about Floyd's defense. So when you attack me and I catch and catch and catch and catch and catch, people go, "Oh, wicked man, defense, Floyd, wicked. That was wicked." But when people talk about someone who's a knockout artist, Beterbiev, and you see him on the thing, you go, "This is shit. That's crap." Because that's Beterbiev, isn't it? So there's a battle of narrative when you're going into the fuck. People say Arsenal's won the league, are the worst champions. What boring football? Because it's Arsenal. We all grew up watching Arsenal play beautiful football. So you know what I'm saying? When we're looking at Roach as the technician, and you're not really showing us that. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem. That's the problem.
I think even a judge that likes technical boxing would still have given that fight to Zepeda, and
Yeah,
that's where it's annoying. Because a judge who likes technical boxing is scoring Roach beating Pitbull Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Because that fight was more of what you like. This fight was Zepeda won the fight.
yeah.
This wasn't about what you like, and that's where I feel like Roach definitely disappointed because he didn't step up the level still. But it is what it is,
Yeah.
bro. I just lost money. I'm still in the green. I'm still in the green because I made money, and I bet with the money. I bet with the same amount of money that I bet last week. So I'm still in the green. But
Last question: is this partly about Roach stepping up? I know it's only £5, but he seems not just to not have the extra level, but he seems to lack the power to even gain these guys' respect because he's clocking man repeatedly, and they're just like, okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if at 130 that carries slightly differently.
potentially, I mean, we just saw um Andy Cruz, who lost to Muratalla, go back down to 130, and he just scored a knockout. So potentially, it could be the case, but I think a big part of it is
Because
Lamont
he
Roach.
clocked my man heavily. Beautiful to your point, good technical counter shots a bunch of times, and Zepeda never looked bothered. Never.
I watched the pay the fight flipping Tevin Farmer, and for me, Tevin Farmer done a better job than Lamont Roach did.
Yeah.
I'm being dead honest.
Yeah.
I'm being dead honest. because for yes, um, for the
And Roach fought at 140 for his last fight.
yeah, I know, but for all strengthening your point, Kevin Farmer dropped Zepeda. Kevin Farmer done the same thing that well he's better defensively, but Kevin Farmer was putting on a defensive show against Zepeda, and Zepeda done the same thing, throw a bunch of punches. The difference was Kevin Farmer dropped Zepeda. So in that fight, I'm giving Kevin Farmer more because of, as you going back to your point, the power. And the thing is, Kevin Farmer ain't even a great power puncher, but you just didn't have, at no stage you even looked like dropping him, and that you could put down to being at 135. You can put it down to the fact that you don't sit down on punches. You just put it down to the fact that
He went up to 140 and
you
then
went
came back down
to
to
140,
135.
come back down to 135. There's a few things, but I do think power has to play a part. But for me, moving forward, Roach, you're a good fighter, but unless you're fighting Tank, your name don't really carry much weight to me right now.
You're coming off of the last. You haven't won a fight for the last
In
3 fights.
3 fights. And cool, yeah, the Tank fight you should have won, but the other two, you didn't win those fights because of you. You can't blame no one else,
You
bro.
didn't. You
You
didn't
got
do enough. You didn't do enough. You didn't do enough. 100%. And the thing is, it's an entertainment business. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to do enough to keep selling tickets. You need the fans to be like you. There's no fighter right now that people are gonna say, "Well, you ain't fought Roach though." Do you know what I'm saying? People will
but
say to Shakur, "Well, you ain't fought Devin though." People will say to Devin, "Well, you ain't fought Shakur though." People say to Devin, "Well, you ain't fought Boots." There's people out there who's saying to anyone right now, well, you're not fought Roach. You improved yourself. That's what you need to do. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to show something. That's why Tevin Farmer could leave a fight he lost against Zepeda with his head held high, because it's like, well, you got
that
something
was
to
the day
show.
when his
Misses,
wife,
yeah.
his
Do you know what I mean?
missus
But then there's still
broke his leg
something
up.
to show. There's still something to show to be like, yeah, cool. Do you know what I'm saying? Muratalla versus Zepeda. It's interesting. They didn't really, you know what I mean?
I mean, I got Muratalla winning that fight, but Zepeda could win it as well, bro. To be fair, I got Muratalla because Muratalla is bigger than Zepeda, so I think Muratalla is gonna he's gonna push Zepeda back, and I don't think Zepeda's got a back foot game.
Yeah.
But but yeah, man, that's the show,
Yeah.
bro.
Man, and like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's been emotional. Someone put a comment earlier saying you're new to boxing. It seems like there's always a belt. Not always, but belts change hands fairly often, depending on the division as well. Some divisions belts change hands a lot. Some divisions belts pretty much never change hands. But yeah, we'll discuss that more. Just stick with the channel, keep listening, keep learning.
Subscribe to the
Do you know what I mean?
channel.
Subscribe and like the video and all that good stuff. Can Roach ever make can Roach even make 130 at this point? There's no money in 130 unless it's a monster fight. Yeah,
Thing
exactly.
is, Shaki Foster at 30, Navarrete at 30. Those guys. I mean, I don't know if is
Roach
Shaki
wants
Foster and
absolutely
Navarrete.
none of that at all.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
they didn't say no money. I don't know how much more money is Navarrete than Zepeda. It
William
ain't that
Zepeda
much.
fought Shakur.
Yeah, but Navarrete is a unified champion.
So we're talking about money.
I don't know if Zepeda's a bigger draw than Shakur. I mean, Zepeda's a bigger draw than Navarrete. I think Navarrete is a bigger draw than Zepeda.
In terms of boxing, that's probably true, but I think that more people have heard of. There are still people out there that don't know who Navarrete is.
I think I think
From a casual
Navarrete.
perspective,
For it's big, yeah, I think from a casual perspective, Navarrete is bigger than Zepeda because I don't. Other than the Shakur fight, I don't really know what big fights he's been. I guess because he's fought Shakur, he's got
do
that.
you know what it is as well? It don't even matter because that performance you just put on, going down to 130 to fight Navarrete is long. because if you already show
That's
that you can't deal with,
stylistically just even worse.
yeah, that's just even worse for you. That you're going to be even more weight drained, and that's just more volume. That's just even more. So
More power with the volume.
more volume, yeah, yeah, and a weaker version of yourself. So that's not great. Shaki Foster, maybe, that's boxer versus boxer. That's maybe slightly less dangerous. But right now, Shaki's on a great run. So man, I'm really
Facts.
going to try to chat to him. And also, right now, Shaki probably is looking at you as like, you don't actually do anything for me. I want bigger money
Exactly.
than that.
Risk
So
versus reward, bro. Because
yeah,
stylistically, Roach might actually beat Shaki. But why would Shaki want that fight? I think Shaki would beat Roach, but
I know
the
what you're saying. It's not a
this,
foregone conclusion.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
But
that stylistically is closer. Like Shaki wants to fight Shakur.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, facts. Man, and we're going to be live on the 22nd. We got Rodeo Miro versus Teofimo Lopez. The weekend after that, we got Itama versus Turgovic. So we're going to be live for all the boxing. I watched Arsenal earlier. We won on the pre-season thing.
So did we.
So
2-1 against that
Prem
Senegal boy.
football. Yeah, man only want to know about the champions. Pre-season football is underway, so we're going to be covering all the transfers. We've got the football live show on Monday. Then we're recording a podcast this week. So a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are happening on the channel. So like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're out. Peace and love every time. You already know what it is. Safe.
Love.